sure what's going on with the Michael Jackson effery for the biopic on Rotten Tomatoes, but I need all the moonwalkers to go out. Make sure you get at least a ticket. Support, show up with your fedora, show up with your gloves, show up with your t-shirts, show up with your inspiration outfits, show up with good energy, show up like it's a premiere, red carpet energy, because when I made my post yesterday, I'm thinking everything's fine. The people that I trust on YouTube for reviews, um, was very fair, very balanced. And of course, we had the super fans and the regular fans giving their reviews, but there was an overall consensus that it was good. I wake up to the some straight out moonwalker effery to 35 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm I'm getting this sense of sabotage. I'm getting this sense of, I don't know, jealousy. Can you let me know, are you the ghost of jealousy? Like, are these real rules from like movie lovers or Michael haters? If you're a real reviewer, then disregard what I just said. But if you're a hater, do better, because now we're going to see it 2, 3, 4. I might even see it 7 times. But for now, we'll start with today. Early access, get your freaking tickets, support, and show out. See you later. We did it! The Michael Jackson biopic made $1 billion. Whether you saw it one time, 10 times, in my case, 25 times, whether you saw it on June 3rd to Middle Finger Netflix, or you just said, you know what, I'm going to keep going to Middle Finger Rotten Tomatoes. We did it. So congrats to Jafar. You did a phenomenal job. The entire cast, Lionsgate, Anton, Fakwa, I'm sure I said it wrong. To everyone involved, congrats. I'm going to keep going till it's out of theaters, because out of principle, I'm still going. And I might even do a special meetup next week. Not this week, next week. I'll keep you posted. But we did it, Moonwalkers. We did it. Yes! Yeah!
Yo. You said Anton. Wait. How did you say his name?
I said Antoine Fakwa. I just
Anton Fakwa.
extra syllables in there. Yo, 82 days later. Shout out to Rotten Tomato and Netflix. Without your hateration, the ambition wouldn't have been so possible. Thank y'all. I appreciate a good glass of haterade. Tori, did you think we were going to make $1 billion?
Yeah.
All right. What gave you that inclination that was possible?
Because it's Michael Jackson. No, but that alone, one. Two, Jafar's acting, like the portrayals were good. And then, like, people were still, like, going. Selling out. The last time I saw it in theater, the theater was, like, filled. Still. The last day it was ever available in my city. I saw the very last showing. It was still filled. And like the reactions that people had, like even with the being out, what was it, like 2 months for in theaters here for 2 months. In bigger cities probably longer. Probably still showing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just knew. Because once they said, "Oh, the goal is 1 billion," like if he hits 1 billion, even before he hit 1 billion, it was the biggest biopic of all time in the world. So that alone was great, and then it crossed into the 1 billion mark.
Yeah, it's still going. It's still going.
The DVDs too.
Oh, that's another. I'm happy for all parties involved. What's his name? Graham Kings. That's the one who thought that Jafar would be a good Michael Jackson, correct?
Yes.
Shout out to him. For those who've ever seen Jafar in person, he does have some natural, like, things with Michael and himself, including his hands. His hands are very similar to his uncle's. I was like, and I noticed that a long time ago. It's a weird quirk of mine that I look at people's hands. but I couldn't think of a better Michael Jackson than Jafar Jackson. I just couldn't.
Yeah, he was my pick from the jump. Soon as they announced that movie, I was like, that's my pick.
That's what's up. Before we get into our discussion a little further, this is being aired on both Gadget Trish and I Love the Jackson Family. Now, those who are wondering when are we going back to Marvel or DC or just movies in general past Michael Jackson, for Gadget Trish, this is the last Michael Jackson biopic dual post. There will be other dual related posts, maybe when we do the biopic watch parties. But yes, we're going back to Marvel. Hint, hint. I got Spidey in my ears. Things are going to be happening, but I could not share the news and not have this on my movie channel. I couldn't. And I just want you guys to show love to my co-host and special guest Tori from Invincible Jacksons. Please make sure
I
you subscribe
forgot
to
it.
her. Yeah, that's us at Neverland, remember? I
Yeah.
just took myself out. Make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. Very good, unique perspective of the Michael Jackson fandom. As Tori was a kid when Michael passed away, and now she's a beautiful young adult. So it's a unique perspective. It's a whole different uh, level of fandom. A lot of fans are discovering Michael Jackson now, and you're just like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy to see because it's like I didn't realize that, like on the online spaces, like there's fan pages popping up out of nowhere. So I'm thinking that these people have been around since before the movie, but they be asking questions. I'm like, wait, don't you know this? And I'm like, wait, the movie brought a bunch of fans. I forgot.
I can't get into details, but I'm part of a secret society. And I'm just like, wait, when do we have a secret Michael Jackson society? But the good news is I get to hear certain things that are underground that I'll hopefully be able to share on YouTube. But yeah, I was like, oh, we have a secret society too. What? So a lot of things are popping off in a good way. Just want to plug both my I Love the Jackson and the Gadget Trish TikTok. There will be some Michael Jackson biopics posts on Gadget Trish. But if you really just want to be here for the Jacksons, make sure you join the I Love the Jackson one. I've been loving every milestone. There has been some hiccups. We will talk about some darker stuff at the end of this, but it has not been an easy road personally, but we got there. Hey, what's up, Madison? We told up, yes. I promise. Part two will be bigger, even. Well, we can definitely talk about what worked in our favor. It's not going to be a super presentation-y kind of thing. This is more of a celebration and also reflection for those who know what's going on in the community. But we're just here to chop it up. We just want to just make it as lighthearted, even though there's a lot of things still going on. Um, so I thought I would drink from my Mario cup because that was the first thing that had reached the billion. But I called it. I'm one of the few people that still put my neck out there to say the second one, I want the second one to be Michael Jackson. And here we are. Our second billion
Woo!
movie for 2026. Now, I have a prediction that the third one's going to be Spider-Man. Um, Spider-Man's so popular right now. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok or Instagram, but that's all I see is Spider-Man, like all over the place. And Tobey Maguire and his awesome wife Zendaya are doing all the things it takes to make a movie more successful. They're actually connecting with the fans. Hi, movie stars, celebrities, when you promote a movie, connecting with the fans makes those ticket sales go up higher. I think that worked for Project Hail Mary, because Project Hail Mary was not part of a franchise. As a matter of fact, Project Hail Mary was more like a nerd underbelly subculture book group that made this possible. But what did Ryan Gosling do? He Ryan Gosling. He went all over the country. He showed love. I got to talk to him. Oh my God, one of the best days of the year for me. Just he's and of course, the Michael Jackson biopic did the same. How many premieres did Jafar and the crew had to go through? God bless your souls. One in
Yeah.
Germany, one in America, one in Gary, Indiana. Well, actually, two in America, one in Gary, one in LA, one in Japan. And this is how you get to $1 billion. This is how this works. And so, much success to Spider-Man. I'm already calling it. Spider-Man, I think it's going to be so big, it might even be the first $2 billion movie. I'm calling it. There's another big movie that people are excited for, but and it could make $1 billion, is The Odyssey. But my gut is telling me Spider-Man might get that billion first. So, do you have any prediction for things for 2026 that's going to go into $1 billion? It doesn't have to be summer release, Tori. And that goes for you too in the chat. Do you guys know what are the next movies to make $1 billion for 2026? We have the Mario movie, we have Michael Jackson, but there's going to be more, at least one or two more. Throw in the chat, who do you? Oh, my bad. Thank you. Tom Holland and Zendaya. Thank you, baby.
Well, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, she mean Tom.
my bad. Sorry,
um,
Toby.
um, if I'm being straight up, and not because I'm interested, I would have never heard about this movie if the ticket sell pandemonium didn't happen. The Odyssey probably gonna get pretty far. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna hit $1 billion or what, but the way that I was just trying to look at the Michael movie showing so I can go see it 5,000 more times, and I'm like, why they got me in a queue? This ain't Ticketmaster. It's because then people was going to buy in swarms buying the Odyssey movie tickets. I'm like, great heavens. So probably Odyssey. I'm looking and see if there's any more.
I know in New York, I try to get an IMAX ticket. Y'all made this hard because I'm not doing IMAX in the front row. Now, granted, I did IMAX for Project Hail Mary and it worked in my best favor. And I would do this again for Odyssey, but no, no, that movie's almost 3 hours. I'm not doing that twice. Once I see the Odyssey, the next time I'm going to see it is going to be in my house. I'm not a fan of long movies, not a movie theater at least. So even though heads up, if you are going to watch The Odyssey, there's a strong rumor that there will be no trailers. So if your ticket says 6 o'clock, please get there at 6 o'clock. I hope to God there's no trailers, but if you're like me who likes to come 10, 20, 30 minutes late thinking there's trailers, don't do it. Get your behind there. I saw it on TikTok today. You've been warned.
Yeah, so typically AMC, I feel like AMC is probably one of the top theaters right now. They'll say on there, oh, movie starts 25 to 30 minutes after the listed time, but it's 25 minutes. Just call it 25 minutes. So if it says your movie gonna start at 5, I say the latest you need to be in your seat is 5:25. Don't push it to 5:30.
No, according to them, there's no trailers. Now, I do have an Odyssey ticket. It says the listed showtime is when the trailers and additional content begins. The movie will start. So mine is saying 25 minutes. I pray to God y'all don't have 25 minutes of trailers with a movie that's 2 hours and 52 freaking seconds. Are you freaking kidding me right now, bruh? I try to get no, actually, I don't have an early ticket. I had to, it's going to be a long day. Anyway, like I said, that's probably a one and done. I got a cute little fit. Yay. And then we're moving on. I'm going to keep watching the Michael Jackson biopic till it's out the theater. Now, New York did get an extra week. Good news, but the bad news is they took a lot of the night shows away. So our last night show is Friday. Then you're going to have to do the matinee thing or the afternoon thing. I was hoping to do a meetup with y'all in New York, but I'm not going to be able to do one as quickly as Friday because no time to print up the graphics and get the prizes together. I'm going to be out for the next couple of days. and I have a family matter that's too sensitive to get into, so I can't do it Friday. Now, if there is a night show that pops up next week, then I will do a meetup similar to the Netflix protest prizes, cards. I even designed the graphic. I'm still gonna print out the graphic though. But I was like, oh we they there, y'all got your 1 billion, we're done. I think the problem is we have huge blockbusters hitting the screens right now. Um Odyssey being number one. And then like the following week or two, we get Spider-Man. And so unless those movies flop, I'm sorry, they're probably going to occupy every single screen they can to those movies to get the most money possible. So, as much as I was hoping Lionsgate somehow found a miracle and got one big hurrah for this 1 billion, maybe a sing along in New York or something, hint, hint, because it happened at such a really bad timing, the big blockbusters are all hitting now. So I don't know, like, but listen, Lionsgate, y'all could still do something special for the fans. Just saying,
Mm-hmm.
maybe have a free screening at, I don't know, someplace in New York or California, wherever you want to go. 1 billion's a big deal. The first and only biopic to do it. Jafar is the first actor to get his acting debut be a $1 billion movie.
Clap, 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 clap. Where's his Oscar?
Yeah, now I will say this: I'm not poo pooing, and nothing's impossible. But they were saying, at least on the John Campea show, it's going to be less likely he gets it because he'll be competing with other actors. We can't say it's not going to happen. We just gotta hope nobody can outshine him.
To me, that is the best biopic portrayal I've ever seen. I am not even trying to be biased.
I agree.
The mannerisms, everything was down. Okay, that's the that's the best one I've seen.
Oh, your vote for the next billion is Spider-Man Odyssey, and maybe it's NGL.
Not gonna lie.
What's NGL?
Oh no, they said maybe that's it. Not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. No, we still have Doomsday, right? Right, the Marvel movie. Those tickets go on sale on Monday, I believe, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We haven't even got a trailer yet, and I think that's what it's going to do. And we also have Dune Part 3. Those are all possible $1 billion babies. I don't know. Yeah, I think those can make $1 billion. I could. Um, yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's December. It's a long time away though. But for now, I think the obvious one is Spider-Man, hands down. Odyssey, there might be a maybe only because I have no idea how people are going to portray some of the modern aspects of it. And you know how like film lovers are. They're just like, oh, I don't know. I'm so happy that Michael's movie made it to 1 billion. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What's up, George? And thank you for reposting my stuff. You're amazing. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Oh, wait. I gotta give a shout out to Serena, who is always tweeting out our lives. Cause not even I tweet out
Mm-hmm.
my own live. And I'll be like, thanks, sis. I
I'm like, what's
legitimately
this
just don't have
notification?
time. Yeah, I never have time in real life. I had a very stressful weekend. It's only freaking Tuesday. I was like, dang, no time. Like, it's tough doing these lives with presentations. Tori will tell you. Hey,
It
King.
is. The presentations alone take
Mm-hmm.
the time of a life, and our lives be long.
Yes. Did you get a chance to see YouTube video of me explaining my film concept of the No. If you want, maybe that could be a cool live we could do next week. Like we could show pieces of your live. You could be a special guest if you're interested. I think that'd be a great way to highlight your channel. So Tyler, let me know if that's something you would like to do. That'd be cool. I mean, I could check it out before, but if you want to like put it on a platform. So I have been MIA. And again, we'll talk about darker stuff at the end. I have had a very challenging year, and I can't even believe I found a way to see Michael Jackson 25 times. But I was talking to my aunt today because we were talking about the person that that shook our lives upside down. I think
Mm-hmm.
what I've learned in this season of growing is that if you really want something to be done, you're gonna find a way to get it done, even if you're going through some really tough stuff. And so I'm grateful to my uncle for one inviting me into his life the way that he did. And I'm gonna thank God for giving me the strength to find a way to still be on social media and be part of his life. Um, because now, like, I could do so much more. Things are still chaotic, but if you are if you're really going for something, whatever it is, in this case, I'm trying to lose weight and declutter my house and post content all the time. It's really tough. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time though to look at other people's stuff. But that's going to change soon because the Michael Jackson biopic is going to be out the theater soon. And I already promised myself once this movie's out the theaters, I'm going to like cut my movies in half so I could just catch up with life. So I am watching the Michael at home. Well, George, watch away. We made our 1 billion. It is peak. Jafar embodied his Uncle Michael down to the T in a way that I didn't think that was possible. Like he did such a good job that like every time I watch it, I go, but how? But how? Like, from the moment he was talking to Quincy Jones as his introduction as the adult to like the bad concert at the end, I said, yo, Jafar ate this role so well, man. Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah, I think it's gonna. The only way Doomsday is not going to get that billion is if the movie sucks. We we as Marvel fans have learned to tread lightly. For crying out loud, we don't know how Robert Downey Jr. is Doomsday and he's Iron Man, but we'll find out what's going on in a few months. My mom and I are still amazed how good Jafar was in the movie, right, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just saw the Michael movie yesterday at home. That's so cool. Michael has finally been number one in every metric of entertainment, musical. Yes, like the documentary, you name it. Circus Soleil, video games, VHA tests. Yes, the king of popcorn. That's awesome. And I mean, I couldn't thank everyone involved enough. I know it was probably the toughest project of your life, a lot of obstacles. I just spoke about the obstacles that I was facing in my personal life and I still pushed through. Were there mistakes? Absolutely. Did I disappear on you guys 1,000 times? Absolutely. But it didn't matter. You still saw a post from me every day for 300 and I think now 16 days. So I was like, no. I found a way. What did you think of the Michael Jackson biopic movie? You want to go first on that one, Tori?
Um, I was supposed to give a review and everything. Oh my gosh. What I think of it? Well, as far as part one, um, I think they did a good job. I feel like I like the details that they put in it. Like when we were getting the first looks of everything, when I saw like everyone in like the costumes and like the pictures and stuff that we were getting, that was really good. I think Jafar did, like we were just saying, Jafar did a great job with the mannerism. He has it naturally, but like you would have to pay close attention, like in older interviews that he did. So it was just a little bit of resemblance because I don't want nobody thinking, oh, it's just nepotism, blah 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 blah. He had to work for that. Like he said, his feet would be bleeding or had blisters on it from practicing so hard. So I appreciate the work that was put into it and all that. Now I do wish that there was a little bit more certain different aspects that could have been added to it. Like I saw some of the behind the scenes stuff. Like I peeped that there were certain eras or moments that didn't make the cut, and it kind of made me sad because I'm like, this would have been so good and so beneficial to show people towards his story. And like I get it. I know that they're with the new Michael Jackson projects and stuff, they're trying to gear towards the new generation or maybe like the local fans. But I do appreciate when certain like more detailed things or certain nods are put in there for like the diehard fans. Like I do like the part where he was at the in the meeting or whatever getting ready to do Thriller with the lawyers and stuff. All of them had the glasses of water and he had the orange juice. A diehard fan would have clocked that like real quick. I missed it the first time I saw it. I was like, wait a minute, because I think the first time I was trying to take everything in, but when I saw it the second time, I said, hold up, they know what they did with that. So I did like stuff like that. Me personally, I do think it could have been a little bit, maybe like a 2.5 hour movie. But I mean, maybe the second one, maybe they were trying to see how the first one was, and then the second one they might add a little bit more. Maybe they were trying to dip their toe in the water a little bit with the first one, like how is it going to be received and will they support it? Because that's another thing. So now that they earned all this money, they could do a lot with that second one. Because now I feel like people, the doubters and stuff, like the noise, blocking out the noise because the success speaks louder.
Kelly writes, I agree with you, Tori. I wish it was a little bit more to the movie, too, even though it was good. Um, so I'm going to be honest. So there was my first impression versus my 25th impression. There's two different impressions. My first impression, I remember I was in shock. It was like I personally did want more. And I'll compare it to Antoine's other biopic, Bohemian Rhapsody. And so in terms of story mixed with music, I'm not gonna lie, I do like Bohemian a little bit more. In terms of it was a good balance of substance mixed with great music. And we come to learn that a lot of stuff was left out. There was this guy had a darker side, even though I thought it was dark stuff in there. There was a darker side, but it was a good balance of, oh, I didn't know that about him too. Like, oh, okay, I remember these hits from either TikTok or my own childhood, whatever. And so I kind of wish it had more of that, by Bohemian Rhapsody type of vibe. But I said it before, and I stand by this. This became the perfect biopic, I think, by accident. I think if they did anything different, even though, Kelly wanted more, Tori wanted a little more, I wanted a little bit more, I don't think it would have been received and as a celebration the way that it is now. Maybe the second one, we could have more of that Bohemian Rhapsody, layers of tougher stuff. Because my biggest issue was it was almost like Michael Jackson was perfect. And that's problematic. Like we know from home videos that Michael had a shady side too. I was like, oh,
Oh, he was petty sometimes.
yes, Petty Mike. But I think only because Michael was such a public figure and was demonized so bad in the media that this biopic worked out for being what it was. Because it was just like, well, you know what? we know who Michael Jackson is. The good, the bad, the untrue, and the true, right? Why not have a biopic that celebrated his legacy? So my first impression was I wanted more. And then when I saw it the second and third time, I was all in. I think I just needed to get over the shock of what this isn't. But I mean, then again, I did call it out before. I think I said this is going to be a PR fluff piece. I think that's exactly what I said. And that was a little harsh looking back, but this is just more like a celebration of Michael Jackson's legacy. And I think it
Mhm.
was a great way to introduce or remind people what made Michael so great. And I think it worked. It worked out. For I've never seen a movie 25 times in a movie theater in my freaking life. I have seen things 25 times plus, shout out to Star Wars, but I mean, like, I've seen this like almost every week since it came out, except for something did happen. So I did take 2 weeks off. But for the most part, I was there every single week, 2 to 4 times a week, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it even more. But I do hope that there was a little bit more substance to Michael Jackson in terms of showing both sides of him. We know,
Yeah.
you know, but 1990 and beyond, and I even late 80s, according to things that I've seen online, that Michael was struggling with certain things. We did get some Easter eggs with the Demerol in part one. I think there will be things that will play off in part one and part two. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I kind of think that I hate saying controversy when it comes to Michael, but not that he was like a controversial person, but he was forced into controversy, if that makes any sense. But there was like, I think number one was trying to, they probably kind of like put a little bit in there just to see like, is this too, we don't want to come off too controversial at first, but if we add a little bit in there, like the turbulent relationship he had with Joe. That I would say that could be something that was controversial, and see how people received it. Now, part two, I think it might be a little bit more heaviness, like you said. But what I'm hoping for part two is we see even more of him. Um, because I'm gonna be so for real. Part one, like Jackson 5 and to like Thriller era, we get so much of that when it comes to like documentaries, when it comes to anniversary releases and stuff like that. We always get the even bad, actually I'll kind of throw in bad era. I feel like bad mainly is like if it's like an album anniversary or something, but like we don't get to see how things were for him from like bad era and beyond. We don't get to see that a whole lot unless you go and you do your own research. So like I'm hoping part two will show us more. I'm hoping because part one, I don't think I learned anything new. And I know that once again, like we all of us in here have been here, we've been diehard fans for decades. But there's always a way. There's probably millions of stories of Michael Jackson that we never heard or seen or anything. But I don't think I learned anything from part one. There wasn't like a new piece of information, and that's what I look for when I read the Michael Jackson books and all that. That's what I look for. I look for new information. I look for new details that make me go, "Wow!" Like I didn't know that. So I'm really hoping number two gives me gives me a lot of that.
I agree. Um, Michael says, and part two will 100% make the media tabloid scrutiny more prevalent in the plot, replacing Joe Jackson in the dark. Yeah. Also, part two will not be I can't even say that word, in order.
Chronological.
Thank you, which I love because Michael was all about fun film and all over the place. Just look at the moonwalker.
Yeah. Because why he started with the most emotional song ever?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
I honestly think think about all the stuff that we know publicly. I think it was even more drama behind the scenes. Like certain people were in and they were out. Then songs didn't get cleared. Outfits didn't get cleared. It was just a lot of drama. And I'm sure they learned from this, getting certain things cleared a little bit quicker, making sure we can talk about certain things or not talk about certain things. I mean, they got their money back, so there's that. but that jump from I'll Be There, Little Mike and J5 to Off
Mhm.
the Wall, Michael, clearly y'all cover some stuff up here. Like clearly a nice
Mhm.
chunk of this story is missing.
Yeah.
There was another moment how we go from we're in the hospital and then we're on tour and then there's two more songs. Clearly something has been changed drastically, and I guess
Mhm.
somebody was like throwing these three songs and we out. You know what I'm saying? And
You know what?
it worked though.
I could feel the cuts in the movie. First time watching it through, not so much because once again I was taking it maybe first few times, but like seeing it so many times, I could feel the cuts. Like and that's what I'm like, dang, like maybe I'm paying attention too much, but I could feel it. Like we were supposed to get that Triumph Era Studio recording session. I'm like, are you serious? We didn't get it,
Yeah.
man. I
Oh,
wish there was more.
more. You wish there was more what?
Just more things in general, like added. Like I wish they didn't have to cut so many things. Now, certain things I understand for legal reasons, whether they didn't want to get because I keep going back to the Wiz thing. Maybe Universal or Warner. Who owns it? Warner Bros. I don't exactly remember. Maybe they had something like because one thing I know about the estate is that they are very strict legally. It's ran by lawyers. So I'm sure they probably were just like, nah, we're gonna play it safe because we ain't trying to get sued. We don't want any controversy in the media or them trying to make any controversy off of one little mishap. Cause you know they will blow that up.
Yeah. You know what I did not like about the biopic? Sometimes it's a creative license to like put a song. I remember there was a J5 part. They were singing a song that didn't come out yet. So I think it was when they were being discovered by
Oh yeah, they were singing "Never Can Say
I
Goodbye."
said, "What are we doing?" That
I
that
was
that
like,
really pissed
oh.
me off. That like made me furious. I was like, "What are we doing?" There was another part. I'm sure it was over the song rights, but remember when Michael was quitting the group? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't sing that song. And I'm sure there's a reason. But I was like, that needs to be in the behind the scenes while y'all took creative license to do stuff like that. Oh, due to this or something. We want to know why you did that. Like, I was like, what are we doing? There's a couple other things. I was like, is this true? What? Like
Hmm.
the beat it thing, it felt like there was clearly some creative license of telling the story. Is there some truth to it? Absolutely. But I just felt like, hey, I don't think this is quite right.
Yeah, I think that I don't. This sounds sad, but I wish like his loneliness was portrayed more. There's a page like uh, I can't. It was like a. It's like a blog page that a fan put together with quotes or different pictures or lyrics or passages of things that he said where he talks about it. Like when he was walking down the, in the movie when he's walking down the street at night randomly with the llama, but he's like
Yeah.
walking around looking happy. I'm like, that could have been a moment that they used because he said he would walk around his neighborhood looking for a friend because he would literally just walk around looking for someone to be his friend, and they would start freaking out like, oh my god, it's Michael Jackson, and all he didn't want that. Unfortunately, because he was famous, that's what came with it. But like that to me in my head, I'm like, dang, they could have put that instead of that part was funny though. I do like the funny parts. I'm glad they had some comedic stuff in there, but I'm like, that would have been very interesting to like put in there. Um, and then I think we saw it in the beginning when he was looking at like the first shot where he's looking out the window and it's snowing outside at the kids playing. Um, but he kind of looked like he looked a little like happy, like oh look at these kids. When like in reality he talked about when he have to work and rehearse, he would look out the window and he'd be sad.
I think if they added a little bit of like stuff that you mentioned, but I definitely felt the loneliness. I remember one of the things that used to always bother me, like if Michael wasn't smiling, he looked like the saddest person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like the mask really was the smile. Cause it's just like, yo, I mean, we all look different when we're not smiling, but I felt like his sadness when he wasn't smiling. I was like, "Dang, bro." And I mean, that started from his childhood. I was like, "Whoa." Like, you saw it in his eyes. Especially when
Mm-hmm.
kids are little, they have a whole different disposition in their facial expressions. And I'm like, "Oh, wait, that is an adult sadness." Like
Mm-hmm.
when you realize life is hard and you were duped as a child to want to grow up. I'm like, "Child is overrated. Stay young." But I don't know. But I definitely felt the loneliness. I mean, especially when he was talking to the llama and
Yeah.
Bubbles, and like it does remind me of certain aspects of my life personally where I could have all these people around me but yet still alone. That is a horrible feeling. You grow
Mm-hmm.
to embrace it, but it's just like can you imagine you have like 8 brothers and sisters, you don't connect with your mom, your, your dad's calling you a money maker, money making machine. Like,
That's
no,
my son. That's my
that's my son.
son.
Like, so, and Michael, unfortunately, you could tell a lot of people leaned on his talent. I 150% see the blood, sweat, and tears from the Jackson 5 and the Jacksons, but there was a luxury that the brothers had that Michael didn't. Michael could not go outside like them. So it's just
Yeah.
like he kind of needed them because he could not do what they do. I feel like New York was probably the only sense of normalcy he had when he lived here, but that was like what, for a year or two, and that was about it.
Another thing is the work ethic definitely was shown in the movie, but like the perfectionism, like Motown 25, I know that was a celebratory moment, but I know him saying like in his mind he was upset because he was like, I wish I would have stayed on my toes longer. Now, him not saying that, you wouldn't have known that he didn't balance on his toes that long. But that really ate him up until I think he said it was his little kid at like afterwards. He was like, man, where'd you learn to dance like that? Like just hyping him up and stuff. And he's like, I know kids are genuine. If they don't like something, they're gonna tell you how it is. So that made him feel so much better. And I think they kind of portrayed like that with Jafar's nephew. What's his name? Sultan. You remember the little kid that was like watching them when during Motown 25?
And he went, wow.
Wow. So I
Yeah.
think they kind of were portraying that, but he did mention it. He was like, I should have stayed on my toes longer, but like it was kind of more like a brief thing.
I feel like his perfectionism was something that led to some of his unhappiness too. Like, my opinion, I thought Michael looked perfect from the Thriller era, like
Mm-hmm.
perfect, because and it had nothing to do with the nose job. It's like sometimes when people get older, their features come out. He had like, remember he had more of a rounder face when he was younger? He just had the beautiful jawline that just came out of nowhere. And
Mm-hmm.
like the hair was hairing, just okay. I'm not gonna lie, the nose job did look good. I'm not gonna take that away from him. He looked good with the new nose. He looked good with the old nose too, though. But I'm just saying, like, he embodied what he has, like what he saw himself. But I felt like the constant tweaking, um, messed with him. It just, you could just tell it was never going to be enough, no matter what he did. I was like, Chad, you better look at yourself from just the 80s era in general. You ate that. It's like, oh, but I get actually know someone who in my life who gets a lot of plastic surgery, and they said it's so addictive. Like, you start with one thing and you want to change everything. So it's just like, oh God, you know, because I do want to, like I said, there's a procedure I want to get done. No, it's nothing on my face or nothing, but it's just like, I know me. I'll probably get this one thing done. The next thing you know, you'll be like, Trish, what? Like, because everybody does want to look better. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, but you just got to know when to stop, I guess, or you just got to be happy. You know, you just got to know, like, okay, I'm good. But, dang, somebody had said something here. I'm just going to go through all the comments. Shoot. I saw something that caught my eye. Oh, here we go. Michael said, I'll see you in July. Yes. And it truly kept his promise. His biopic hits 1 billion in the box office today, just before he started this is it tour. Michael
Yeah.
Vic spoke in cryptic tones. And I think people could take a lot of things he said and say, wait a minute. Like, I don't know. Because there's a lot of conspiracies about Michael Jackson. I'll just leave that there. I was just like, hmm. But yes, he saw us in July.
On the exact date.
Right? Well, the day before, but I hear you saying time frame wise. Heck yeah. I agree we need more off the wall, but screw Diane.
Lord. Listen, she could have at least let us have the Wiz. Like, I'm sure they could have been like, oh, the movie. Oh, Michael's being the scarecrow in the movie. If they couldn't say the Wiz. And like, I feel so bad for Kat Graham. Like, are you serious? I wonder what happened to her because I wasn't seeing her like when the movie really got promoted. I'm like, what's going on? Because
Listen, I don't know why Auntie Diana did what she did, but we gotta respect her wishes. The movie did well with or without her appearance. And it would have been nice because we know Diana's a good friend of Michael's, but she had a reason. So listen, y'all, what do we say about redirection? Look at all the I want y'all to look at the Michael Jackson biopic as a mirror of your life. You are going to have setbacks. The biopic, Michael Jackson biopic, probably had the most setbacks I have ever heard publicly come out. And this doesn't include what happened privately. You guys got to give them props. They really made a $1 billion baby out of a lot of
mm-hmm.
obstacles. So even though some of the fans wanted more, some of the moviegoers wanted more, some of the hardcores wanted more, at the end of the day, he made history. Jafar got to showcase his acting debut. Shout out to Giuliano as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone did their things. The more that I look at Leah Long's part, her acting actually came in her silence, in her facial
Yeah.
expressions when Joe came around her. You know, you could tell there was a whole conversation in her hands. The way her body would tense up when Joe got too close, that even that was telling. It was giving me like battered woman syndrome without saying I'm being battered. You understand? Because
Mm-hmm.
you know, Miss Catherine's very private, but I felt like there was Easter eggs in Nia Long's acting. All these things made a really entertaining biopic. And it might even change how biopics are done in the future. You know, because I was just like, at the end of the day, it's how it made people feel. You know what I'm saying? Oh
Yeah.
snap! Chris said adulthood has been. It has,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell y'all, it only goes downhill from here. Just kidding.
Hey,
No, I'm just kidding. So
listen, I just got. I'm getting on my feet a little bit. So if I need to stay off my feet, right, you tell me right now.
no, I'm just kidding. So adulthood is what you make it, and honestly, I'll just do a small brief 30 the last 20 maybe even 30 years of my life. Yeah, because I've been on my own since I was 20. So adulthood was complicated because I was trying to be everything that other adults said I should be. For example, no toys, grow up, no magic, no this, all this stuff, how you should act. I even did the weird drinking thing and going to the clubs and do all the stupid stuff that New Yorkers do. And then I just said screw it. I think it was my 30th birthday. I started buying Barbies again. At first, my mom thought I was having a some kind of weird life crisis, and that's when I started feeling happy when I started doing what I wanted to do. And so now I'm even older, and I'm y'all think I was crazy in my 30s. Wait till you see what 50 brings. I just don't care anymore, and I've never been so happy in my life. And I mean, I trust me, I was crying before I came on this live because we were talking about the person that passed away in our lives. And then I'm just like, but at the end of the day, if I can go through all this tragedy and find so much happiness, then adulthood's not that bad. You just got to learn how to navigate through bad stuff better. And you got to stop listening to the outside voices. You just got to. If you guys want to play video games when you're 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, play your video games. If you want to there's other things that people frown on when you get to a certain age, and I'm just like, go f yourself, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Adults are so miserable. It makes me not want to like be around y'all. And I'm just like, that's why I go to places like Comic Con. And when we had Mario Day in New York, there were so many black women Gen Xers dressed up like Mario. I just thought it was just me. I was like, oh my god, there's more of us. I was just like, first of all, holy crap, black people. Second, women. I said hi to almost everyone I saw. I couldn't believe this. There was so many Gen Xers. I was like, some had their gray hair, some had the little signs of aging. And I'm like, and we were so happy. We were so happy that day. All of us dressed up from ages 2 to look like 70 as Mario. Life is what you make it. And that's why my content has changed. I learned, and most of the time I'm by myself because there's no one like me, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I learned, being kind of like Michael Jackson, the person nobody understood. I've gotten very comfortable in my own company. It's me and God. That's all I have. But you just got to learn to just middle finger everybody and say, this is my life. What's that line from the movie? It's, this is my life, right? I know Mike Jafar says it. I just can't remember it. But it's time to take control of your life. Of course, God leads your life, but you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let people tell you how you should live. Like,
Right.
this is weird. What up, Carol? Nice to see you too. But adulthood can be stressful. It can be painful at times. And unfortunately, the more people you lose in your life, the more traumatizing it can be. But
Mm-hmm.
don't let don't let that stuff get to you. Like, it's okay to grieve, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to cry, but don't let that be your identity. Like, just say, you know what, in spite of everything I've gone through, some of you guys have shared with me like most of your family have passed away already. So it's just like, and yet you're happy. When I see y'all are so happy, you're living your best moonwalking life. Just, you know, don't make it harder than it gotta be. I mean, childhood is better though. I'm not gonna lie, but but
It is. I had blissful ignorance.
yeah, that's what childhood is. That's why I always say, like, give your parents props. Like, I don't have any kids, and I'm like, I couldn't even see like having them. They're adults are expensive. Can you imagine like being responsible for somebody else? And I'm like, oh wait. I know people with kids who make less than I do, not even make that much money. I'd be like, how are you surviving? And the kids look good though. I'm like, they look like typical New York kids, cute sneakers and clothes and stuff. I have been a fan since 1969. I met Michael. That's so cool. He was one of the nicest people you could ever meet. Bill Bray, shout out to him. Um, Ticked me off. He was was on. He was an over
Lord.
mess. If only every fan could have what they wanted. That's so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool that you got to meet MJ. Um, they didn't go deep into the vitiligo. They could have went deeper because you and I both know that demonizes him in the '90s big time.
But
Didn't
I do like
good.
I do like the fact that they made sure to slide in that brief comment where the nurse or when he was about to get the nose procedure, she was asking about his medication history, and he was like saying like just Benequin cream for his vitiligo and stuff. And she at first was like, "I'm sorry," and she said, "You know, it's more normal." Like she said something that normalized it pretty much, even though it was brief. It was a normalizing comment because back then, like this one girl on TikTok was showing her vitiligo, and they were like saying something. They mentioned Michael. Somebody had mentioned Michael Jackson or whatever. She was like, "I really wish he would have spoke up more or didn't hide it as much because blah 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 blah." I'm like, you do realize back then that was the biggest artist in the world, and over the course of a handful of years, his skin tone changed dramatically. Like, I'm sure that was something he had to emotionally navigate himself. One, two, you don't even know if people gonna believe you, and people hadn't believed him until recent years. And literally until recent years, people believed him, and I'm like, that's too much pressure put on one person, to be honest. So I do like that she mentioned that.
Well, when Michael was getting lighter, it doesn't come out about the vitiligo until the interview that we remain nameless.
Mm,
I didn't know. I didn't know, and back then, and even in 2026, it's still uncommon to see somebody with that skin condition. So, Michael for me may have been the second. I do remember someone having it when I was little, and quite frankly, I was scared. I'm going to be honest. I'm young. I'm
mm-hmm.
ignorant. I don't know why this person looks like a giraffe in my eyes, and that's how I saw it. I'm still young. I'm still, either I'm a kid or a preteen. So I apologize for my ignorant description of this. I I'm glad he said something,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but it is a struggle. Like people who have it now, people still stare at them. It has gotten better because it's a model from America's Top Model that actually brought beauty into that space. Because she's very symmetric, her condition. I was like, that's so
Is it
cool.
Winnie Harlow or somebody else?
I think so. She's probably one of the few people where it's very symmetric looking. It almost looks like somebody painted in her, and it's very, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it took a model like that to like bring a softness to it. Michael even out his skin, and that's fine. Some people get lucky. Eventually, it does all even out naturally, but most of the time, it doesn't. So,
I think that's why. I think he was gonna. Some people, so their melanin comes back. I don't know. Like I think I forgot what the person did, but they were showing like how they lost pigment, and then they were like trying to. It's something with stress and the immune system and all that. Somehow they got healthy again or something, and their melanin came back. But I think with Michael, I think with him, they must have determined that he had like universal vitiligo, and it was all gonna go anyway. So he was like, "Why don't I just go in even shades?" Because it was sad. I think he was like, "Well, I don't want to look like a spotted cow or something like that."
yeah, I think that's a
And
complicated condition to have
yeah,
because people already stare at you for everything, everything. It's just like somebody in my life keeps insisting that I get a butt job. Listen, baby, I don't see my flat booty. Deal with it. Like this is ridiculous. Like, and they bring this up every month. I'm like, I'm not. Like, this is my body. What are we talking about? But it's like you're a famous person, and people are constantly, he had lupus, he had vitiligo, he had his father demonizing his features. He had the public. Remember when he was a teenager, he kept saying his skin was breaking out. The public was
mm-hmm.
being mean to him about how he was, and most of us have really bad skin issues when they're like a teenager. That's normal, actually. So it's just like little things getting to him. And he's a perfectionist. And he's living in California where everybody does stuff.
Yup,
Like
it's a lot of pressure.
it is. Like there's certain places when I go there, I feel like oh my God, I don't belong here. California, Florida, specifically Miami, like they are big on doing everything, the body, the face. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Like, I was like, no, like, mm-mm. They should have touched on the lupus. Do you think the second
Right.
one's going to be more serious, or it's going to be a celebration part two?
I think it's gonna be more serious, but I think, to be honest, I think for a good biopic, it's something that has a balance of the seriousness, some of the lows, but also the highs as well. So I hope it's not super sad, which I don't think it is. But I'm looking. That's what I'm looking for when I go into watching a biopic. I'm looking for those things. I'm also looking for small details. I'm looking for information that I think Michael would have wanted included into his story being told, like his love for movies. We saw that in the first one, like the Three Stooges and all that. So I
Mm,
just hope it's balanced.
yeah, I mean, I'm over for whatever, but oh, thank you. Listen, we just getting started. Like, I want everyone to have their best adult life ever, and never think like you're too old or too, like because there's a narrative that our parents and other adults. Well, you need to do this and you need to do that. You need to let me figure this out and let me be who I need to be. Because I'm like, adulthood ain't the adulthood the way it's presented, ain't it? Like, one of the pressures that I had for a long time was to have children. I don't want children. So I'm glad now I'm in the age group where that pressure's not there anymore. But people demonize people who don't have children. Like, not everybody wants kids. Not everybody could have kids. But whether you could or don't want them, I think Gen X, I think, is one of the first generations not to have kids as much as the previous generations. Shout out to us. Not all of us want kids. And there's nothing wrong with it. I've dated several men with kids and I love their children, but that's a parenthood is tough. It ain't for the weak. Not saying I'm weak, but damn. So here's a question. Where were you guys when you found out this movie made $1 billion? I know where I was at. Where were
I
you?
woke up to a message. Who broke the news first? I think it was from the Discord or something. And I was like, "Oh my god!" Because we lost so many people, and there's like, first of all, Michael alone, and then there's some other fans and stuff, and like Jacksons that are no longer here. And I'm like, they should be here to see this.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I think the number one thing I want to do when all this is behind us is to properly grieve and just take some
Yeah,
time off of work. Cause like in my case, and we'll talk more that I just had too many things going on during this biopic, and I'm like, I need to like chill out.
yeah.
Um, I want part two to be more serious and darker. No more damn celebration.
Oh my god, he's like, I want y'all to feel that y'all, everything y'all put Michael through, the media circus, the trials, which I don't even know if they can even talk about that stuff or go too much in depth. I want y'all to feel everything that man went through because of y'all. All you publications, they should strap the TMZ workers down into a theater chair and not let them up and watch the movie on repeat.
Part two is going after him in a good way. So Carol was home when she found out. Home in my bed. I think I was at work. Um, let's see. I was at home when I found out the movie made 1 billion. I was very happy. Um, I hope part two with Joe and Catherine will be with the grandkids. I have a feeling the Joe and Catherine might be a little bit more or less visible. Um,
Maybe not. Well,
well, right, because Catherine's always
Yeah,
prominent in his life, even towards the end.
she for the last few years of his life, for a few years, he kind of was more reclusive. But she was the only one who could walk up there to that gate without an appointment. Like, mother's here.
Well, I don't know if it was Janet's documentary or, but correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the dynamic unintentionally that Michael seemed to have had with his family. That if it wasn't about business, then like, what is this about? Remember when Janet was trying to get the brothers and everybody to tour? Right? Is it Janet's documentary I'm thinking about?
Yeah, no, I think she was trying to have I don't know, they're trying to have an intervention, or like a rumor had went around on the news that Michael was sick, and all the brothers came to, so she talked about it. And then also it was this, another perspective was in a book. And like, she was there. I don't know if every brother was there. Maybe not like Randy or I don't know. But he only wanted to talk to the brothers. And Jenna was like, "Well, what about me?" And security was like, "He just only wants to talk to the brothers." I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't know where I heard or read this, but there was a time where they apparently went to the house and somehow it became a conversation about touring or something, and Michael was
Mhm.
turned off. And I just don't know where I heard that. So now we're going to put that in the alleged. But I always felt like there was this work dynamic with the brothers that Michael was like, I need more, you know, and I might be wrong.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like in terms of like, think about it, almost their whole entire life has been work. So maybe the
Mm-hmm.
dynamic is nothing more than work. That's not their fault, the dynamic they have with Michael,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Michael wanted more.
Yeah, I think, and I kind of think maybe, how should I phrase this? Um, I think where he was, how famous he was, it was more isolated. Because think about it, if it's like, well, Michael's lucky, he's the most famous and blah 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 blah. But also, like, I'm sure if Jermaine or Jackie got up and wanted to go to the grocery store, a few people might be like, "Oh, you was in the Jackson Five. Oh, it's Jermaine Jackson." But they can go in there and shop. With Michael, they had to have a plan. They had to shut the store down and all that. So I feel like there probably could have been that disconnect, like where maybe he was like they don't get it, or like it was just, maybe it was a subconscious thing, and it kind of maybe caused a rift, because I think Janet in her documentary said that after the success of Thriller,
It
like
wasn't the same. Yeah.
he became more like to himself.
Yeah. It's mm, like that's one question. If Michael was alive, like what like what how he wished he had a better dynamic with his siblings. I know he loves his family. I know he does. But if he was always positioned to have more of a work dynamic with his siblings instead of a
Mm-hmm.
friendship, like he was very close to Janet and Latoya. That has been mentioned several times.
Right.
But then Janet said after the Thriller, and that I do remember, it changed. And I even think that's the same dynamic change with Latoya, because him and Latoya lived in New York. Then you can tell
Mm-hmm.
they were close in Havenhurst. There's so many videos of those two. And then after he left Havenhurst, it's almost like he became a completely different Michael.
Also, she got taken away too, so that there was that.
Yeah.
But then, even when he was little, it was him and Jermaine were close. And I think when Jermaine stayed back at Motown and they went on to Epic,
That changed the dynamic.
yeah,
Exactly.
I definitely think probably if he was still here, he would be like, yeah, um, keep trying to maybe like mend the bond, or the rifts, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Cause I was like, like as I'm having this conversation with you, I'm like, the one thing I love about my mom, games and video games, was the glue to our happiness. It forced us to be together in a good way. And so even to this day, like, I'll bring my Switch over, I'll play video games with my cousins. Now, all my cousins are mainly in their 40s now. One crossed over to 50. I'm not going to shout which one did it. But I was just like, that's our normal. We get together, we play video games or we play board games. So it's just like, because that's like, even though we're quote unquote older, we still see ourselves like kids when we're together. It's only when we're all together because then we be having all these stories and who peed in the
Mm-hmm.
bed and just like, oh my god. I was home with my in my grandmother's, in my grandma's room. We shared it for now. Oh, that's so cool. I was definitely home, and I was just about to shoot a video about getting to 1 billion. And I was just like, oh, heck yeah. So I had to change all these graphics, but I was fine with it. And I was like, that's so cool. Yikes, we need more celebration. It's funny. I feel like they are going to go more in the celebration time, but sprinkle a little bit more depth. I don't know why. I don't know.
Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna get a recreation or a portrayal of the 30th anniversary.
With the
That
breath,
gotta
that
be
would be cool.
that
No.
gotta be one of my top five Michael Jackson / Jackson performances.
How they going to do it with Randy still not participating?
Oh, great heavens! They better have a stand-in like last time.
Because
It sucks though.
Randy ate that 30th anniversary because I remember Randy
You know
tagged
what,
in
OPP?
the OPP in the part where he tagged Michael in. I'm like, nah, man, we need Randy for that part.
Dang! Come on, Randy.
I watched the Michael movie again and I cried. I paid attention to the relationship between Michael and Bill. Bill's played the person who's playing Bill did such a good job, and I love how the camera person and the editor would show you, even in silence, that Bill was always watching Michael. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
something that I noticed in the last several watches, that Bill always had his eyes on Michael. Just oh my god, just all like being a fly in the wall, but be like, we see you, Bill. Bill Bray, nice to meet you, sir. Oh man, I'm happy the movie made lots of money. I'm happy for the family. Yes, I am so happy. They deserve a break for a change. They really freaking do. Like, you know, did Rotten Tomatoes come for them? Absolutely. Did Netflix handlers was was told to share something that made no sense to share? Absolutely. But the fans, and I have to give the fans credit. First of all, we'll give credit to every person who saw the vision for making this happen, the producers, the actors, the crew, the extras. Yes, you guys did a great job, but I also would like to give the props to the fans. Like my timeline on TikTok was, this is my second time seeing it. This is my third time seeing this. I don't think saw anybody say 20, but people were averaging, I'm going to say at least 3 times. There was
Mm-hmm.
one girl, I forget her name. She had the funniest like ways to show how she knows she shouldn't see the movie, but she's back for her 6th time or 7th time, and then she'd be, "Am I crazy?" And then I'm like, "No, I've seen it 7 times. Go ahead, go." Like, and we were all like letting people know, like, "No, I've seen it like 6 times or 7 times too." Like, I know it's harder for people who need cars, who don't come from big cities, to see it so many times. We're talking gas money. We're talking about convenience, but city folks like myself, we took advantage. I'm like, it's right up the block. I have I think I have like 6 theaters around my jobs, like no more than a 10-minute train ride away. I was like, that is a flex. That's why when y'all see me make content, it's so easy because all the train lines cross over like this. So you're like, oh, I'm on the east side, now I'm on the west side, now I'm on this side, now I'm on this, and we're talking like 10 minutes, a whole different location. So I was like, I'm taking advantage of this. Part two should be they don't care about us, and should be a hard hitting intro, not a happy one with one of these starting. I'm afraid they might play. Yeah.
Ooh, what would the intro song be?
If Michael was still alive today, do you think he would attend Joe Jackson's funeral or not? I think so. I didn't hate my dad, but I didn't like him either. And I'm glad that I attended my father's funeral because now that I'm much older, I lost my dad in my very early 20s, shortly after high school. I come to realize that my dad prepared me for the very cold place we call adulthood. Like, so I there's a quality that I hated about my dad. Like my dad had no emotion because he used to say like some really effed up stuff, but turned out to be true. And so he taught us that even when people cry, do not respond to it. It's a form of manipulation. So if anybody ever knows me, if let's say we're having a disagreement and you start crying, you're gonna hate me. I'm gonna give you this look like, are you effing crazy?
I'm
No, I do no, but my dad's right though. As much as I did not like him and his philosophy, he prepared me for the demons and the snakes of adulthood. And so I don't respond to a lot of stuff because I was taught not to. So it's just like, because New Yorkers are very manipulative people. Like, the only place worse than New York is freaking Vegas. And maybe LA too. There are some places that people are just even more manipulative than others. New York got number scammers and freaking con artists. And I'm like, so like when people tell me stuff, I'll look at them like, and because you can tell when people are trying to manipulate your energy. So I went from hating my dad to loving him more than any man that I've ever loved in my life. I just didn't understand what he was trying to teach me as a young woman. I was just like, he never hit us though, but he was so intimidating. And like I could be crying. I see me as a little girl. I was adorable. Like, how could you look at me and not respond to this little girl crying? And he was trying to teach me like nobody cares. Like, get tough, get strong. So now I'm the same way, bro. Don't get it twisted. I know when to turn that off, but I definitely keep it on more than off. Like, I think Michael would attend his father's funeral to answer your question because at this point, Michael probably would have realized that my dad was preparing me for this cold, demonic, crazy world we call life. And if Joe had just a little bit more of ability to be more father like, Michael probably never would have left him. But Joe, at least from what was described, used Michael more of a money situation as opposed than a son. Michael needed a dad sometimes. He didn't need a
Mhm.
manager. So it's just like I think Joe knew. I think he was safer with Joe, but in the same time though, Joe allegedly did stuff that Michael just had to get away from. Just you know, sometimes he would overstep, sometimes, I mean, we'll just stick to the facts. I've heard things. Michael couldn't be with him, but I think Michael appreciates his dad, and I think he would have been at the funeral. Dads are tough. I think most of us can't stand our dads. It's like it is what it is. But hopefully you'll understand what your dads are trying to tell you.
My dad is just a rage baiter. Let me stop.
Mine was cold, bro. But I get it now though. I so get it. Because when my dad was soft, he was soft. He used to give me Michael Jackson stuff almost every week. He used to always give me butterflies. That was his thing with me. He knew I love butterflies. So if you ever look in some of my clothes or it's butterflies, jewelries, that's not like by accident. That's not a Michael reference. That's my dad. And like so when he was soft, but when he was tough, I'd be like, I know my mother did not marry this man. But now I get it. Like I so get it. Um please pay attention to the clues about life. Yeah, from the parental units. Yeah, man. Like I don't know what kind of mother I would be if I became a mother. I know what kind of auntie I am. And I'm just kind of like my dad and mom. Sometimes I could tell my nephews, I'm not playing with y'all. Like who y'all trying to manipulate, and other times it's like, what do you want? What do you want? I give them everything, and I kind of know when to turn that on and off. But my nieces and nephews are very manipulative. If y'all seen it, stop. And I'll be like, do you know who my daddy is? Or, your grandfather is? Like, what are y'all doing? And unfortunately, most of them did not meet my dad. He pretty much died. Only one child was born when he died. The rest of the grandkids never met my dad. But I'm like, if you knew who your grandfather is, you would stop messing with me because I'll be like, the answer is still no. um, it's almost like be careful of what you wish for. You never know. Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of cautionary tales with Michael Jackson's life. Um, that's why there better not be another Michael Jackson. Like, we don't want that again. Uh, I think Michael's the greatest artist of all time, but it came at the cost of sanity, happiness, true happiness. I think the only time Michael was really happy was when he had his kids. Just my opinion. I think he had
Yeah.
happy moments with his friends, happy moments with some of his family, but I think the only time Michael was really happy is when he had his children. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. 30th anniversary. Uh-oh, we got another vote for that to be in the movie.
I could be one of the people in the crowd. You know who should have their return to the crowd?
Who?
Shelly.
Oh my god, that would be
Y'all
epic.
got to figure out how, and it'll be in New York. Hopefully, I feel like the next part will probably have a focus in New York.
We'll see. I mean, we've seen some leaks. We definitely know we're going back in time. I don't know. Wait, would he have Bubbles and the kids? Not Bubbles, but yes.
Wait, Bubbles is his first child, I guess.
Right? Well, I have a very human-like dog, so I can't even imagine like what it is to have a monkey. It's even more human-like. Some animals really can mimic human behavior. So you're just like I legitly talk to my dog. My whole family thinks I'm nuts for this. So I'm like, no, I think she understands every 20 to 50 words. So I talk to her and I notice the more I talk to her, the more she responds. And I'm like, holy, like I'm like, keep talking to your animals. Eventually they're gonna start understanding. Like I don't just talk to her, like I might tap the bottle and I go water. And I did this for a while. And then one day she was thirsty and she comes up to my cup and she clings my cup. And I'm like, they understand. They understand. It's freaking cool. Like if you have a smart dog or cat or monkey, talk to them. They they might understand what you're trying to say. Like today when I was working on the presentation, the dog just kept staring at me and staring at me and staring at me. And then I go, oh, she's hungry. I don't know how she gets staring with hungry, but I'm like, it took me a while to figure it out. But I was like, what? And then I be, oh, my bad, cha cha. And then she would just run and go to the kitchen. I'm like, got you. I don't know. Animals are smarter than we give them credit for. When TJ would go live with the dog Chewy, yes, but I'm sure Chewy's very
Oh,
human like.
wasn't it golden doodles? Wait, is Chewy a golden doodle?
I don't know. But you know,
Golden doodles are very human like to me.
I think he was genuinely happy with the Thriller's success. He just didn't have much time to bask in before getting right back to work. Well, Thriller's success makes him it's the beginning of being a prisoner of fame. Even though he kind of experienced it as a child, when he went to New York, you could tell he was a little freer. I mean, you see him in Studio 54 and no bodyguards just chilling. But once Thriller hit, Michael Jackson, the superstar, was born. Let the insanity begin. In my personal opinion, I believe that Joe Jackson was a total piece of boop for physically abusing his kids. It didn't give him the right to do that. I think it's an era. I think it's a sign of the times. I won't say who in my family, but there are some family members that has like, yeah, 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 that has family in the age era of Joe, and I guess I think they just beat their kids. So I know all of us cousins, and we didn't get beat that much unless we did something really bad, like steal or something. But I've heard stories from my older relatives. They used to all get beat, bro. Like, I don't know if it was Joe Jackson beat or just, but they were traumatized, like to the point where they didn't hit us unless they had to. MJ even studied animal characteristics. That's why he's one of them. Bubbles had his own Italian outfit designer, and he knew how to use utensils. Right? Shoot, I've seen cats use the bathroom like a human. Also, playing safer part two can damage Michael's legacy more than do it good. The part two could be a double edged sword. I don't know like which way to go. I told y'all if they gave me millions of dollars to make Michael Jackson's biopic, count me out. Um, hmm. Tori, like, not what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they should do?
For part two?
Yeah.
Mm. Like like which way to tell the story?
Oh, yeah, are we doing a celebration sprinkle with some facts, or are we going to be more Bohemian Rhapsody? You still get music, but you also get some dark times in Bohemian Rhapsody.
I see both. Like a mixture of both. Cause I I like what they did in part one, where like maybe they couldn't fit a bunch of performance moments in, or in the studio moments. So the background music they used for the soundtrack was Michael's music, and a lot of them were deep cuts, or like Michael's instrumentals, or Jackson 5 or Jackson instrumentals and stuff. So if you're looking for if they're trying to go the route like you're saying, they could still fit music in there. Like, okay, maybe one of the more sadder moments. Mm, what's this? What's a more childhood's kind of sad.
True. Yo, if they put
Yeah.
childhood, they're gonna have to put me like they're gonna have tissue and stretchers, bro. That song makes me cry. Period. And I had a childhood. This song has nothing to do with me, but that song makes me cry to think that this man saying, "Have you seen my childhood?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me, bruh, bruh?" It's because I have had a childhood that makes me even sadder that he didn't have one. I was like, bruh, uh-uh. My dad taught me how to be strong and to always stand up for myself. Yes. Amen amen to a good day, even if your dad's a tough. Do you see Jafar's? Did I see Jafar's rehearsal? No, I didn't see anything. Maybe I'll catch up with y'all during watch parties. Like I said, this is going to it's going to become a dark live in about 20-30 minutes. But we thought we'd save it to the end.
Oh,
Uh
Stranger Moscow. Yeah.
oh, come on, y'all. Are we trying to make me cry?
Well, I could see it during a part where like
No, am I skipping it? According to me, no. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. Hold on, because they have a new feature where I can see the stuff that I missed. No,
you've gone through.
no, I'm definitely touching it. Oh well. If you need me to read them all, that's different. But I got you. I got you. No, you're gonna make me cry. Stop. Oh man. The songs get so sadder in that decade too. Jesus. Sadder and matter. The second part has to have D cups and yeah. If I had a vote, I wanted more of a Bohemian Rhapsody kind of vibe. Because I remember when I saw that biopic, I still was super happy with the music, but then I was like, oh, that really happened. Actually, I need to read the book. They were like, that book is way deeper than that movie.
Which book?
The one about Queen,
Oh,
or the main character of Queen. Do you think they should choose a black person to run?
yeah.
I,
Well,
I wouldn't say black, just someone that respects the fandom, that
okay.
knows how to. I mean, I will give some credit to John Branca. Like, they've been doing phenomenal profits and stuff. So something has been going right. MJ the musical, MJ one, the biopic, yada yada yada. But if I had to be honest, it would. Hmm, I would like the estate to be ran by someone in the family. If I had to
Yep.
be honest, I don't has doesn't have to be a specific name, because honestly, I don't know who qualified to run it, but I don't know. Um,
It'd have to be someone that can take on a lot of
you got to be very
work.
legally savvy. It's a lot. I know John McClane had recently passed away.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just like the Michael Jackson biopic, I wouldn't want to run it. I wouldn't be part of that. It's too hard. Well, I wouldn't mind being an extra, but I'm talking about like running it or making a movie. Same thing with the Michael Jackson biopic. I mean, the state, it's not a black or a white thing. It's just, it would be nice if the family had more control of Michael's stuff.
I
Um,
think
in that way. That's just my opinion. Michael was really prideful about owning the catalogs, owning the music, a lot of this stuff. I could think of certain people he would want to have some kind of like part of it, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. So at least the estate's not in the ground, doing very well. But long term, it would be nice that someone in the family or family members with an S are running it and run it efficiently. It's got to be people that understand the business side, the fan
mhm.
side, the respecting the anniversaries, the things that we pick up that some of them don't pick up because they're not fans, they're family members. Like little things that piss us off, they don't understand. They also need maybe a handful of responsible, sane fans working part of that. Sometimes I'd be like, how dare you not celebrate this? Or how dare you, you know, it's just certain things to us it's obvious, it's not obvious to them. So, you know, have people that are passionate about Michael's legacy for real, but not like in a weird Selena kind of way where you got to worry about the fan being like problematic. There are some fans that I think that could really be part of it as well. Not to run it, be part of it. But no, it's not a black or white thing because now Jacksons are not all black or white. Some are Spanish, some are, like it's a biracial family now. Get the best person possible. For now, um, I I don't know. For now, just leave it alone because right now it looks like a lot of good decisions have been made, and hopefully more will continue being made, especially like the future of the estate. So I think that's the best way of saying it without saying too much. I was like,
I think that there needs to be black representation on the like as one of the executors because there I'll just say this as black people we've gotten different experiences than other people or other groups may have different experiences um than us and stuff. So like at least having someone who understands the black experience I think would be helpful to pointing out certain things cuz like there Michael being a black man and at the top he dealt with a lot. and a lot of it was like racism or discrimination as well. So I do think there needs to be someone there, like you said, we had John McClane, but I think to me, I feel like he was more like private. I know he worked with the music or posthumous releases and stuff, but if we can get some like I think to me, I feel like that's important. And now as far as executors, like I guess the face of the executors, um, if it ever has to go to anyone else, I mean, as long as it's somebody, whether they're black or white or whatever, like you said, as long as it's somebody who knows how to run it right. Also, I'm gonna just say this: can we please? I mean this in the nicest way possible. Thriller is a legendary, groundbreaking, historical album. Put it in a museum, okay? Put it in a museum.
Wait, hold on. I saw something, but I'm about to pass out.
I see it. Wait a second. Put
You
it
see
in a
it,
museum.
right?
Yes, but we are getting the Thriller album shoved down our throats so much. What about Dangerous Anniversary? What about History Anniversary? What about Invincible Anniversary? That Joker finna turn 25. We didn't had so many milestone albums, and we still thrillering it up. We still dancing in the streets. But anywho, that's all I'm gonna say.
So the reason why color, it's okay. If you're gonna choose someone that's black to be part of the estate or run the estate, you also need someone that's also mindful of the importance of everyone being represented. Point in case, China, Japan. Michael is a multi-culture type of artist. And it's like, especially me, like, yes, I identify as black, but you see my crew, it's like, man, white people, Spanish people, you be like, are you black? Like, everyone calls me blackish because they don't feel like I'm black enough. But like, listen, I don't care. I'm proud of my Jewish, white, Asian, man. Like, one of my new besties is Chinese, literally. I'm one of people, like, if your vibe is good, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. But I know with Michael Jackson's legacy, I would want every culture to be represented in some kind of way. Like, that's right. Like, color is not important, but someone conscious of color is important. Black being the obvious, he's a black artist. But what Michael has evolved to is a multiracial type of artist, just because he embraced so many people. I think that's why we got to 1 billion. The majority of the money came from other countries. Actually, we need to touch on that, but hold on for a second. I'm thinking, like, are my glasses wrong? Shut up!
Mike, that's multiple cups of coffee. Thank you.
Look, and I said, oh my God. Yo, one day I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going through financially. I cannot thank you enough. Carol be hooking me up every live. Y'all are the best. Thank y'all, man.
Wow. I saw that come through. I was like, oh my God.
No.
She gonna cry.
I am like I said, like I saw someone on, and I was going to tell her all the things that is going on with my money. And then I said, no, I'm just going to give it to God. Thank you, man. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. I'm just going to give it to God. God's been doing wonders in this weird year, man. F for happiness. I need some dark moments. I'm sorry. No more playing safe. If they don't want, okay, let's be fair. Even though Rotten Tomatoes is the reason why I saw this 25 times, some people made some legit criticism. We do need to hit a little bit harder. Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. We're not asking to have well, let me be quiet. We'll just see how this plays out. We don't need the super dark, but can we just get dark? Someone thinks Prince needs to run it, or Susan DePassy. I just saw a nice interview with Heather think her name is Heather B, popular rapper in the 90s. On, and what's that guy's show? Slay. Great interview with her, man. That's one ambitious woman, man. She running her life like she's 21 years old. To God be the glory to the people who still dream past 50, man. Very inspiring for me to see. Let's Yeah, let it be a Jackson member. They need someone, yeah. Like, trust me, to run Michaels, like, we can keep this super light. You gotta at least acknowledge this. The stuff that has been greenlit for Michael's estate has been really, really good. Um, so at least we're constantly making money. Um, Hopefully the family that is qualified to be compensated are being compensated properly, and that we're still like, things are being done fairly. I'll leave that there. Like I said, I don't know who is the best person, but I think Michael would want it to be run by competent family members, not everyone. Because I said family can run stuff to the ground too. Just saying, shake your body down to the ground. um, y'all between Carol. I'm taking. Thank y'all. I'm like, I looked and I said, "Is that $40?" Thank you, Miss Lisa. Thank you. I like to see the backstory and the whole progress of the morphine. Right? Am I saying it right? But I highly doubt.
Mhm.
We'll see, because I'm not sure which interview I saw recently, but it did touch on some of Michael's struggles with the painkillers. Like, it was a thing. And so in the interview that I saw this week, I think it was with Bill something, the other bodyguard, the one who wrote Remember the Time. They were saying Michael was really clean. His only issue was the propofol for the getting ready for This Is It. So I don't know, but I really, 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 really feel that that needs to be touched on. But I think the Easter egg is coming from when he was in the hospital, and they were very specific on what drug he needed to take for the pain. So I don't think that was random. I think I can put this up, right? You see what I'm looking at, right? At the comment from Micah777. Is that safe to put up?
Wait, which
For
one?
JP, right?
Oh,
I think
I need to scroll up because I'm at the
it's
more
at
recent.
11:25.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I mean, it's up to you.
Right? That's a great line.
All I'm gonna say is I do agree that there needs to be more. Like it's very business minded, but it's like sometimes the way they go about it is business minded without the heart. Like they're noticing some of the social media posts. Like I feel like now it's getting better, but they used to post like, oh, it's the anniversary of the Thriller short film, and get the most grainiest, low quality pictures. I'm like, where's the high quality catalog? I know y'all got it. Y'all couldn't get nothing. Y'all couldn't get the making a Thriller documentary restored to the highest level possible and like put that on. Man, it there are things that could be done more, and sometimes I do feel shut down because when we do say like, oh, can we get this? Well, just enjoy what we got now. We got Thriller 40 anniversary out. We got the musical out, and da, 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 da. Some people can't get to New York City to see that musical.
I
You're
agree.
doing something that we can have at home and watch at home. That's that's what you said. Make sure, be mindful that all fans are represented, race, ethnicity, every country. there are some people that can't get certain places. So it'd be nice if they had something in more cities. Like if they maybe they couldn't do a premiere in every city, but maybe somewhere in like Toronto, LA, Vegas, other city, maybe New York City, stuff in China, London, like more places they could have had little get-togethers and fun celebrations and stuff for the Michael movie. There's definitely more that can be done. Me, I'm the type of person, I'm not asking for nothing grand. I'm not asking for no big old masterpiece of anything. No big old project every year or nothing. It's just little things that they can do that we can see, yeah, his legacy is being fully cared for. It's the small details.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we can get a little bit more balance. Yeah, because that's a great feedback on what's missing. Like some of the success, or a lot of the success of that estate is because the fans are willing to support it. But um, even though I think that the premieres were really great, it was kind of weird that New York was kind of left out. I mean, like I said, I was going through hell in real life, but not everybody else was. New York would have showed out. We went to the immersive. We said thank you, but then this fan, her name is King of Pop Radio. Like this woman spent all this money that she, quite frankly, did not have to do a party for us, and I'm like, dang, like why is a fan throwing this? Like, if nothing else, give her some of the money back. I feel so bad. Like I know she put a lot of money out for that party we went in Queens, and I'm just like, that's crazy. But all right, y'all, we're gonna go through real quick, and then we're gonna unpack some heaviness. I'm still crying over the 40. Well, now
Did you post this? You should post that. The Rotten Tomato that
it's a thumbnail, but I hear what you're saying. Make it a separate post. I could. This
like post it on Instagram. That would go viral.
When I said this took me a minute to generate, it took days and days. And it's funny, if you use AI, sometimes it may not agree with your vision. And I'm like, no, it was like, oh, you can't have the Rotten Tomato there. Keep it there. Like there were sometimes it would take the word off. I said, I didn't tell you to do that. So, but I've gotten better with generating, that's for sure. It was like, so we are part of the $1 billion club. Welcome. And just these are just some beautiful highlights. And we're gonna blow this up for y'all. First of all, it's record broken. Biopic in history to surplus. I can't even say it. Surplus. I can't say it.
Surpass.
Thank you. 1 billion. Look, the majority of the money did come from overseas. So hint. Y'all need to take care of those people too. Because a lot of this was possible because of them. I mean, yes, America, we did our thing, but one of our biggest obstacles was this movie was pulled out too quick in most box offices. Not that was, I was like, why? What, there was no competition. Mortal Kombat, it was completely pulled out. Supergirl flopped. What was another one that flopped? He-Man flopped. Even though He-Man was good, I even think Supergirl was okay. But the point is, all your quote unquote money making machines didn't make money, and kept making money, and you pulled it out. So I felt so bad. You know how many people was like, Trisha, my theater has no, like in New York, even though we do have an extra week, they cut our movies in half.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be able to see it 2 times max. I said I'm not taking PTO to see the Michael Jackson movie for the 28th time. I'll go when I can. Like
if they were smart, they would put it out, do like a 1-day release on his birthday, or birthday weekend maybe.
Well, actually, there's 2 birthdays it can celebrate. So they could do a special screening for what, July 25th for Jafar's birthday, and then do it again for Michael Jackson's birthday. Because you're right. A lot of us are not going to be able to fly to Vegas or California. But if you have something special going on, maybe even in Harlem, since we have the Apollo right up the block, even though the Star's still covered, or even 42nd Street, we'll come out. I'll even be willing to, with my own money, to do another gathering if you let us have those special dates, which is July 25th and August 29th. Just saying. Because I don't have a lot of money, but I have a lot of things. I'm willing to part my things if it makes an event special. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm blessed. I have a lot of a lot of things. It made history. Number one biopic ever. Lionsgate most lucrative movie. You know, this is the movie for Lionsgate. It's their first $1 billion
Mhm.
movie. So, congrats to them in that way. Look at the breakdown, y'all. It beat the greats. Shout out to everybody. This is awesome. So so good news and bad news. There's a lot of MJ events, but I have a 9 to 5 and I have 3 other channels. I could not find them all. So I'm just gonna highlight 2. Y'all gonna have to dig for the rest. So there is a Michael Jackson celebration in London. London is doing their thing for Michael. If you live in London, look this person up. London. People in London make me want to move to London just to show love. Like I was like, oh my god, y'all having like full blown parties in the middle of the street. And in
Girl,
New
don't
York,
play about him.
they do not play. And New York Club 90s have these Michael Jackson themed parties. In New York, we have one on Friday. Please screenshot this. Let me blow this up so you guys can screenshot it a little bit better. Oh, I forgot how to blow things up. Tag on it. What's the last time I did live? Is this it? Yeah. Screenshot this information if you want to go to the New York party. Um, you can order tables, this, that, and the third. If I had the baller's life, honestly, I can't go. I probably have to work that night. But for those who can go, please go, go, go. There is a new New York Michael Jackson fandom growing in New York. A lot of new faces to me, but they're beautiful souls. I've hung out with a couple of people already, and I'm just like, y'all are, I'm the auntie of the group now. I was like, hey, but it's so awesome. Just everyone is always showing love to everybody of all ages and races. So put yourself out there. Don't put yourself out there to meet friends. Just put yourself out there, dance the night away. You don't have to know people to have a good time at an MJ party. And don't do drugs and alcohol. Okay, thank you. And merch alert. I actually have one of the items. I have the DVD. It came in today. So I don't know if you guys have
Oh.
DVDs. I'll probably open it tomorrow. So there's other variations, but for some reason I didn't get the other ones yet. Well, actually, one I have to ask my sister-in-law to pick that up for me, but Amazon has their own. This is very hard to get. Like this sold out so many freaking times. If you want to get this, posted inspiration one, please order it as soon as possible. It kept selling out. It was so annoying. And then the one from Walmart. I think that's like a classic steel book. I may get this one. I don't want to pay the shipping, bro. I was like, nah. But I definitely ordered the other one from Amazon. And of course, that's the one I just showed y'all. So, warning is about to be a little bit sadder after you guys answer this question: how many times you've seen the Michael Jackson theater? Heads up, in theaters. Uh, if not Prince, we have a collective effort of experienced lawyers, attorneys. Yeah, it's tricky because the thing about Michael Jackson's, like the people who used to run Michael's finances when he was alive, some things were mishandled really, really bad. So you really got to find someone that has Michael Jackson's estate at best heart. It's when you got that kind of money channeling in through anywhere, it's going to be some major issues. Yes, I did see Prince in the movie. And his fiance Molly, and we also saw Jafar's fiance Maddie in there.
Mhm.
Oh, I never thought of that. TJ would be great. He has a background in business, I believe. Oh, that's really cool to know. Hello. They need to show the heartbreak moments of "You Rock My World." I did hear some
Oh.
sad stories behind that. Like Michael was having allegedly some kind of meltdown. He's doing a phenomenal job. Shout out to Prince Jackson. They just had a pool party and it looked phenomenal. I was hoping to get a brand deal that would have allowed me to afford to be there, but it didn't go through, and that's fine. But hopefully one day, maybe me and my partner Tori can go to the pool party. A
Mm-hmm.
barbecue, I'm sorry. It's a barbecue. I think they got those towels for free. I'm like, not Haveners
Oh no,
towels.
it was a barbecue and pool party.
Yeah, right? Did you see
I
the
was like, what? And they got to go into the house, like more.
one day? 'Cause I'm in a situation where I can't even afford the flight. So even if somebody goes, "Oh, come to Cali," I ain't got no flight money, bruh. Which is fine. New York is not a bad place to get stuck in. We got fine men and some awesome activities. I agree with Tori 1000%. Wow, wow, am I the only one? Hold on. I don't know what that's connected to. Okay. We need more concert films. Chill on the albums for a bit. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
We need more visual representation of Michael Jackson's his greatness has what? Hold on. I don't know why I can't see that. Where are my reading glasses? Oh, I know I had my reading glasses when I first came in the live. Anyway, can you read that? I can.
We need more visual representation of Michael Jackson. His greatness was filmed all the time.
Thank you.
He always had a camera.
Yes, absolutely. Especially like so I'm not from California, but California reminds me of the places that I grew up. So I didn't grow up with around a lot of black people. So I've always been comfortable with people outside of black people, which is rare because usually like most people are just comfortable in the race they're born in. But I was just like, we need to talk more with each other. We're more alike than not. It's just like, and it's crazy. Like sometimes the one thing I don't like in black and Latin culture, like they always paint us to be thieves and criminals. Listen, I have white and Asian friends. They steal stuff too. Like I don't understand like how only one or two races get like demonized for certain things. I'm like, if you guys know people the way I know people, look at everyone equally. Like, don't trust anybody. And it's just like it's just weird because I'm like, and the people I grew up with are very wealthy. Like, my mom's from California, so she lived in a very wealthy. Well, her parents lived in a very wealthy part in the city. So we used to go visit my grandparents, and I mean, they had a doorman, a tennis court, like things you be like, huh? So I used to also ask my parents, like, "Are your parents rich?" And they were like, "No, we had a house in Cali, we sold it, and this is where we came." So I didn't have that childhood, but my grandparents did. But my mom, though, having her background, we always went to like private schools or good districts, so we were always exposed with kids with money. So not super rich, but richer than most. You know what I'm saying? Like parents of doctors and stuff. So, I say all that I am more aware that if we just talk to each other, we can get along. Like we all want the same thing. We want to be happy. We want to be healthy. We love our family. Ah, Captain EO footage. Heck yeah. They never go past bad era. Oh my God.
No.
The estate
Yeah.
don't give a
Oh God. That one comment sparked it.
Yeah. Yeah. L- Everything about this is complicated. And then you and I both know I never want to put on my social media things that may not be facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there might be truths in the conspiracies, but when it comes to something like this, I don't want to like be unnecessarily messy. What's up, Dean? That's my other Star Wars comic, they call it cosplay. Mean Green Queen, are you having your live on Friday on this channel? She has an interesting topic where she talks about, I guess, being a woman in the Comic Con space or in the geek space. So to
Mm-hmm.
all our fellow geek heads, check her channel out. She's a MJ cosplayer and just a great cosplayer in general. Power Rangers, Captain America. Name all the greats, D. uh it's the kids should be involved, but if let's say the kids ever were to get to be in charge of the estate, then they need to go to school for business. Like if you're going to run something like that, you might have to take some more courses and stuff because that could be easily tanked if you don't know what you're doing. I agree with you, Tori. There needs to be a milestone anniversary for the other albums too. Not just, yeah, that's 100% fact. And Tori
Yeah.
has some great ideas for anniversary stuff, and it's like crickets. I think you would be great if you couldn't work for the Michael Jackson estate. I think you would be great just working for the Jacksons in general because you are just on it. Like you see things really different. Thank you. You're a blessing, man. Like Carol be hooking me up, man. Like Carol's probably donated $100 to me. I was like, thanks, sis. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm a little emotional. This is my aunt's fault. Like it's almost like she knows how to trigger me. So she brings up my uncle who's no longer alive, and I said, "This gonna try to make me cry before the live." Like, oh, thank you. I love everybody too. I truly appreciate y'all. I know, like I keep going in and out, but it's a lot going on still. Part two will absolutely have more dark elements, but I feel like don't want to exploit Michael and disrespect some of his wishes for his legacy. I think if they do a Bohemian Rhapsody, they'll be okay. You're gonna have some darkness, and you're also gonna have some celebration of music. There could be a balance here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Y'all stop.
Thank you.
What is going on with all the love? Stop. This happened like 20 minutes ago. I missed a lot. MJ wanted his legacy to be portrayed spotless. Oh, which is fair. Everything. Well, then, if that's the case, and this biopic for part one was spot on, am I wrong on this?
The part one, I remember the first time I walked out of that theater, I said, "This is the most humanized I've ever seen Michael," and it's true. This is the most humanized I've ever seen him. Like they didn't paint him to be, because once again, back to the vitiligo topic, they villainized him for it. I'm like, this. I'm sure this man did not ask for this autoimmune skin disease or anything like that. I'm like, why are y'all villainizing him for it? And I like that this one handled him and everything that he went through kindly.
Right. I think this worked for Michael because Michael was so demonized. He was still demonized. Even during this freaking biopic, they tried it. Let me tell you something. Like, we're not going to get into this allegation nonsense, but I'm telling you, I don't understand why people have this energy for Michael. Again, zero evidence. And then with people with evidence, y'all are still throwing concerts. Y'all are still having stars up. Y'all ain't saying nothing. I've heard some horrible allegations of actors, actresses. Y'all ain't saying nothing. And there's evidence. That's the most important part. There's evidence, right? Because this is in the FBI files, right? This is not random information. This is FBI. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. And then when people try to come from Michael now, I be like, y'all are lucky. Y'all are lucky. Cause now I can throw anything back at y'all. Like, and
Hmm.
we have evidence. Isn't that awesome? Like, and it makes people shut up quickly. Cause I just be like, oh, who's your favorite artist? Oh, did you know? Oh, it's not alleged. It's actually in the files. Like, what are we talking about? It's not alleged. It's just nobody's talking because the machine somehow shut it off. Fine. But then, what are we coming from Michael for? Zero evidence still? Come on, go play in traffic, everybody.
Oh God.
You tried it, go play in traffic. Like,
Oh Jesus.
it's crazy because I'm just like, this is not, 2019. A lot has came out in 2 years alone. Stop playing with us. Like, I'm not, you're playing in our faces. We don't want to hear it no more. And TikTok, when they go after, when they protect Michael, it's on a whole different level. Because them young kids do not care. They don't filter. They'll say whatever, which y'all shouldn't do. But God,
Woo.
I said they too open on TikTok. Just joining the people in the Facebook group thought it was going to hit him. It could have did it sooner if they had more Michael in the theaters in the United States. We got played badly, bro. Like, I'm shout out to the theaters who didn't pull us out completely, but they were trying to pull Michael's movie out the week of the 24th or the 25th. I was like, y'all gotta be kidding me. You better not pull a movie and we're about to make $1 billion. Stop playing. They need to stream it. They ain't gonna stream that ever. They trying to get y'all to spend that money. The day they stream it is the day that's no longer gonna be a musical. So I don't know. They making mad money now. Anything Michael Jackson is making money. My money making machine. My money is like, damn.
Gee, they cutting up tonight. Oh my God.
Oh, it's getting worse. Oh, shoot. Hey, Gadget, Trish, and everybody. So happy that the Michael Jackson movie making $1 billion. This milestone made me emotional because I knew if Michael was still alive, he would be beyond proud. He'd be so proud. Jafar, like, Tori said it earlier, Jafar really, really worked hard on this, bro. Like,
Mhm.
he can dance, he can sing, he beautiful as hell. That's one fine man. But he had to work. He had to work to embody Michael Jackson. That is so inspirational to see. Because I'm like, he don't dance like Michael, but he became Michael for that movie. He don't talk like Michael, but he talks like Michael for the movie. Oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah, I see this movie so many times and I can't wait to go back to see it. Yes, I have it on DVD and yes, I have it on digital, but I'm sorry, nothing beats the big screen. I don't care what nobody say. I'm sorry. There are rumors that MJ ripped out his hair out of anger and sadness after he found out about the allegations. This is why he has less hair during the concert. Oh, that's so bad. Mm, I'm sure Michael's whole legacy is giving to children of need and adults of need. And can you imagine these allegations are coming on you because the parents are being greedy? Come, make it make sense. Y'all should see Square One. It actually talks about the 90s allegations and the things that were being done. Oh yeah, you're right. The Mandalorian flop. Sure, we had a lot of flops this year. Overseas pushed it ahead past $1 billion, but the states have more obstacles. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got no sing-alongs. We got whack merch. I get it in New York. The IMAX screens are very, very short time, but y'all could have put it in. We have extra long screens in New York. Y'all could have put in the XL AMC screens. They just they did things too quick, man.
Mhm.
No. So the only movie to do extremely well, like $1 billion numbers constantly, are good kid films and good superhero films. Um Biopics don't do that well with a couple of exceptions. No. But I think we did get slided on good merch. I think some of the screens pulled us out too soon, like weird stuff. Yes. So now in New York, we usually get 5 shows a day. Starting Saturday, I think we go down to 2 shows a day, which sucks. I know anytime I'm off, I just go to the matinee shows now. Well, I like the matinees, to be honest. Ain't nobody there, you're chilling, whatever. I get to pull my phone out like, what you gonna do? Ain't nobody here. But in New York, average matinee will be about 7 people. There was one movie, it was for 145. I got there around, I'm being honest, I got there around 2:30. That theater was packed. I said, y'all ain't got no jobs? Like, what the? I got there, if it was 145, I think I got there like at 2:30 or something, which is fine. 30 minutes is trailers alone. But I was just like, what? But shout out, that was a week ago. That theater was packed. I said, in the middle of the afternoon? I have to say it out loud. In over 100 years of cinema history, thousands of biopics have been released across every language, and not a single one had ever reached 1 billion. Absolutely. Well, Michael Jackson is a worldwide celebrity. So, um, also with a biopic, people have to want to be invested in knowing about your life. Most people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, there's a lot of earthquakes in Las Vegas lately. Oh, that's crazy. Me and Tori love some freaking Vegas.
We sure do.
Yes, it is his first $1 billion film. Congrats. How do you say Fakwa's name? I said it all extra.
Fuqua.
The Michael Jackson super ultra negative critics review. That was, when I say that was so disrespectful. How dare you? I saw you dumb. I think where I got mad is when people were like, "Oh, they don't talk about the allegations." Are you dumb? They literally told you all months ago we can't literally talk about it. Are you stupid? That's where I lost it. I said, "You're a film critic and you don't know that? That's public information. Are you dumb?" And then it's like, so John Campia been told us. And I get it. Sometimes you don't watch people's channel in your genre. But if I was a film critic moving forward, watch John Campia. Just saying. Like, oh my God. When you're taking a shower, cleaning your dishes, watch his podcast. Listen to it. He's very knowledgeable about current events so you don't look stupid. Oh, they didn't talk about the allegations. They told you they weren't idiots. Like, I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry that you didn't know that. How dumb are you? No, because I was so, I thought it was, at first I thought it was just Michael Jackson Moonwalker information. But then John Campia puts it on his channel. And I said, oh, okay, normal people know about it. And then, of course, other people have brought this up too. So if you're going to say something, be on point about something. Are you stupid? Oh, that's what's up. I want that one. Honestly, I ain't got no more money. I get a lot of stuff from Amazon because it's an option to have zero free, what they call it, zero interest for a few months. So if I get like $60 worth of stuff, I only have to pay $10 a month for 6 months with no interest. That's very important about interest. So Walmart is not on Amazon, so I ain't probably getting it. And I'm good with it. How are you getting messages from other people in the comments when I'm the only one here? You got jokes? There's 20 people. Oh, so Kelly, when they're performing the Motown 25, Maggie has a black wig on, and I think Molly has blonde hair, correct?
Yeah.
Molly's easier to spot than Maggie, because Maggie got really dark hair in her part, but they're in the audience and they jump up and you see them several times. Like Molly knew her assignment. She was like, I'm gonna make sure I get seen. What do you think about some people saying Madonna? Yo, let me tell you about Madonna. I love Madonna, but I went to Madonna's concert like, I'm going to say 10, 15 years ago. Madonna was 45 at the time. That's all I can tell you. So just minus that. I get to her concert. Madonna yelled at us because we weren't getting up. We weren't standing up.
Wait, you went to that concert?
Yeah, but it was when Madonna was 45 years old.
Oh, so she just did that to someone.
Yo, like, who are you talking to, sis? Now, when I say I love me some Madonna, like, oh, like, could you imagine if Janet Jackson comes to your section and say, get up, man? So we were in this section where it didn't make sense to get up. You know what I'm saying? The concert was dope, though. I think it was Confessions on the Dance Floor. And my, yo, here's a funny fact. I was supposed to be somebody's surrogate. Long story short, you can't be a surrogate if you never had your own child. I guess they don't want you to run away with the kid. But the long story short,
What?
yeah. So I can't be no one's surrogate unless I already had my own child. But the point is, I'm with my possible person that wanted me to be a surrogate. So anywho, I'm with him. He's like, you want to see Madonna? I say, sure. Concert was good. But then she comes all the way to our section. We weren't even in the front. We were like on a whole different level. But somehow, I guess she walked up to our section and she's like, everybody get up. Man, we didn't get up because we didn't think you were going to be able to get up here. It was just like, oh, wait. But I mean, the music was fire. But I was like, Madonna, you can't do stuff like that, sis. Like, her catalog is dope as shit. I love me some Madonna, but I don't think she's going to beat Michael Jackson doing stunts like that. Like, girl, what are you doing? I don't know. It's not about Michael's music. It is about Michael's music, but it's also about how Michael Jackson makes his fans feel. Remember, going way back to the beginning of this live, what made Project Hail Mary part of the success was Ryan Gosling was doing all the PR things that make fans feel special. I think Spider-Man's going to do well because Tom Holland and Zendaya, they doing all the things. They're kissing the babies. They're signing all the posters. They doing the things that make fans go, you know what? Let's watch Spider-Man 8 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing with the whole thing with the Michael Jackson biopic. Jafar did a lot of things right. Neil Long, Coleman Domingo and them coming in New York. They were all over the place. Promotion and how you make people feel when you come across them is also part of success. So with that being said, Madonna, stop yelling at people for not getting up at your concert. Some of your fans are 60 and 72. Maybe they can't get up. Just saying. Like, girl, who I took the street out yelling at us. I looked at her like, girl. And we were like, I can't explain. The stage somehow came up higher, but I just didn't think she was gonna get that high. So I'm just like, she can't see us. We're just gonna dance in our chairs. She was like, everybody get up. I was like, no, girl. But I don't know. Like, not everybody has the best Madonna stories. Just say it, including me. I was like, girl, who you? Oh, I didn't know that. I love Burbank Airport. It's much quieter. Wow, this is so cool about everybody's TJ's feedback as a possible person. Is there other cultures in New York? Oh, every culture lives here. Oh my God, that's good and bad. This is a real melting pot, but we're still kind of segregated. Like, for example, like where my mom lived, there was hardly any Black people. Well, not my mom, her mom, grandmother. And eventually, like my grandparents left that area. Maybe 9 years later, they couldn't take it. It was just too much, So I went to school in the area that my grandmother grew up with. I mean, I never had any bad experiences, but as an adult, like sometimes when I go like to walk the dog, in a more prominent area, they're just like, do you live here? Yes. Get over yourself. New York is very segregated, but it's like a melting pot, but not. But I still love living here. A lot of culture. Queens has a lot of multicultural. Like, shout out to Queens. Parts of the Bronx. Manhattan, not so much. They're trying to push everybody. I was like, they're even pushing the white people out. Like, how you pushing everyone out of Manhattan? Nobody can afford it. Part two, we need a KFC to sponsor the film. Give us a bucket of chicken with the skin off, or Lionsgate make their own, and we get that is so funny. Everyone's talking about having a KFC collaboration with Michael. That it would do really well. You know what? That's a good question. I'm actually going to ask my aunt that. I keep forgetting to ask my aunt or uncle because I'm like, they're the only ones who know the answer. I don't know though, but I will ask them when I see them in church. Uh, shoot. When I ate chicken, I like KFC too. Do you like KFC better or Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had chicken in so long. I like Popeye biscuits better. I don't know about the chicken. But then again, I ate KFC in a whole different decade, so it tasted different. I was like, girl, I love me some KFC. We don't have no, really? In California?
They don't have what?
KFC in
Oh,
California.
that many.
They don't have that. No, KFC's not that popular in New York either. Actually, neither is Popeyes. There's something with a J that's really popular.
Jollibee.
Yes, that's popping up all over New York. I never had that. I don't know. And then there's a something else. And my coworker keeps talking about this chicken sandwich all the time. And then Chili's got this chicken sandwich everybody's going nuts over. It's got this crunch to it. I'm sensitive to chicken, so I don't eat chicken no more. I don't see Michael Jackson move. I didn't see Michael Jackson move in theaters. I did see it on TV though. All right, that's what's up. Going forward, I'm always be messy about oh. I stop, y'all. We're gonna be nice to Auntie Ross. You think he's gatekeeping? Is this true?
He probably can't put that dog. You talking about the
thing about
Dark Child?
Yeah.
He probably can't put that out because if he did an Invincible documentary, he would have to tell the whole story about that label sabotaging the success of the release of the album, and that label currently works with the estate. So he probably trying to save himself. But I mean, if he wanted, I'll sign a legal document. If he want to slide me like the tape of the DVD or whatever, so I could watch at home, or I don't know, I'll watch it.
Look what he does. Trisha, looks like you're suffering from all the positive comments. Let me help you out. You're a terrible human being. You're welcome.
Terrible.
Wow.
Oh my God, she gonna cry, y'all.
No, my aunt triggered me that unintentionally. They only have the energy because of how horrific Mike MJ and they go ahead, take over, Tori. I'm tongue tied for some reason.
They only have this energy because how prolific MJ is, and they find it so hard to fit into their own negative minds that MJ was an angel. Screw the guilters in the press and these spineless publications.
I agree. I think what I'm getting mad is because knowledge is power. We know all this stuff. This is not a secret. Well, a lot of it's still a secret. Whatever they chose to disclose to us, it's bad. Y'all have nothing to say about the real demons. Get out of here with this. Go sit traffic time. I can't do it. It's hypocritical. It's just weird. Actually, the stuff that came out about Hollywood and just the world in general is so bad. I personally stopped going down the rabbit hole. It was giving me nightmares in real life. So I personally feel like we're in the matrix. We have no idea what's going on, right? So we're in one dimension, I guess. And the real stuff is all the stuff that we're just not aware of, and some of it leaked. But it's a lot to handle. You just like you don't know what to trust anymore. It's crazy. That's why I was like, girl, that's why I said I'm not killing myself to be part of the stupidity anymore. Like if I don't have money for something, guess what? I just won't be there. Like, like I'm not even sure like what to support, what not to support, who's cool, who's not cool. Almost every celebrity that I like, demon time. Like I'm like I'm just over it. Not every, just most. I never saw it. Thank God someone gave it to me as a gift. New York never got it though. All right. Let me see. Did you guys answer how many times you saw it in the theater? Because I'm so behind on this. All right, cool. So as you guys know, I saw it 25 times. Tori, how many times were you able to see it in theater? Because I know you're from a place that you need a car, so it's a little different for y'all.
Probably 11 in total.
That's impressive. How many times you saw it in California?
5.
No way. She was not wasting time. She was like, I'm out here.
No, I was
But you
not.
still had to do the car thing in Cali, correct?
Which thing?
You still had to do the car in Cali, right? Because Cali, you need a car.
Yeah. Yeah, we seen it. First time I saw it was at the LA premiere. Oh, what in the world? Oh, I need to put this on silent. Um, saw the LA premiere the first time, and then I'm trying to think. When do we see it next? Oh, saw it the next day. No, 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 no. I saw it 2 days later for early access, and then we saw it again. Oh wait, I'm missing something. Did I see it 5 times there? I know I did. Premiere, early access. I feel like I'm missing one. I can't remember. Because I think one night we were like, "Ooh, let's go see it in Screen X," and then we didn't really like Screen X, but
I'm the only person who like it, but like I said, I had this luxury because I think it was like 3 people in that screening. I ordered the wrong seat, but once you get in the right seat, the only thing is I didn't like how certain things weren't aligned, and it was obvious. I was like, oh, what the hell? But I liked it.
wait, 4D. That was the most. I should have saved my money on that one.
No,
I
that was
was like, oh,
that was.
okay.
I do Screen X over 4D anytime. I was like, what? Like, of course, when Joe was driving the van, that was cool, but I was like, there's not enough driving to justify it. Even with the discounted price, I think I paid like $21. I'm like, oh hell no. Whatever, anything for Michael, right? um, that's crazy. MJ was exposing MJ was super. There was a lot of drama with Michael in the last what 9 years of his life. I doubt we see that in a biopic. Like I said, because that Michael was not playing. Mike, I did. Hold on. This is not as bad as the Jafar live, but it's kind of like on that level. It's not as fast, but it's a lot. Let me see. Madonna is clearly not on the same level as Michael Jackson. Also, I'm not a huge fan of Madonna. She'll never surpass, but I'll give her this. Her catalog is fire. But she doesn't have the same heart for the fans as Michael did. Like I didn't realize like how good her catalog was until like some of the stuff was in Stranger Things and stuff like that. I was like, she do have a dope catalog, but like I just can't connect with her the same way. Uh, th- y'all got jokes. Is this true? That's why MJ never. Oh, that's crazy. You too. Um, yes, KFC did taste better back in the days. Trust us on this one. Let me see. I saw a post that said MJ didn't let his concert tickets go past $15 because he wanted all his fans to be able to afford. That's could you imagine if celebrities did that now? Because that means like for, you know who has affordable concerts? The Jacksons. And then if you have extra money, you can upgrade with a meet and greet.
Mhm.
I love the Jacksons do have very they're not cheap, but they did have at least a couple of free concerts this year. And then people upgraded to meet and greet. Like that's kind of cool because not everybody can afford this. Because I remember somebody was like, "Oh, the Jacksons are in Long Island or something." I said, "I ain't got money for the Long Island bus. Like I don't. Like there's well, I can't say this on camera because I don't want to get myself in trouble. There's ways I can travel, but it not. There was no way I was be able to get there. I was like, mm. And then you know me, if I saw the Jacksons, I would want a meet and greet. You know, I love them like that. I was like, nah, I gotta sit this out, bro, until this money, till my money's back to somewhat normal. Um, I seen the movie 4 times in theaters, but once at home when the digital copy released, I will watch it again soon. Well, I haven't got a chance to talk to Tori, but if possible, Tori, maybe we could do a watch party for on Jafar's birthday.
I
Maybe
was thinking
it's up
about
to you. No, no, no. Oh, actually, no, no, no. Yeah, I think I could do. I think I'm free, but let me check my calendar. If no family drama comes up, I could do something on that day. Unless you want to do something more Jafar driven, I'm fine either way. Oh, that's a shame. Burger King's the only place with a vegan burger. Shout out to Burger King. Y'all got jokes. This chat is hilarious. Somebody come get this old lady out the floor. I love y'all. Love you too. Making me
they've been
cry.
cutting up.
Yes. I think that's what makes Michael special, his connection with us. Like that's it. Like, oh, that's what's up, George. Yay. Keep doing your thing. Oh, I miss college. You don't care for Madonna. Oh my God. If that's true, that's horrible. That's crazy. Did you see the interview? Not to mention, oh God. Pourquoi? Pourquoi? All right. All right, y'all. So we are coming to the end of this. I cannot believe this is almost past 2 hours. But I love y'all. So I say part two will be from 86 to 93 or 86 to 2001. And we'll see them reunite with the brothers. That'd be cool. Yeah, McDonald's is not vegan friendly. And lately, I've been having weird reactions to sugar, especially liquid sugar. So I'm like, I look at soda like it's a freaking poison. I get so sick lately. And I just came from the hospital. There wasn't nothing saying I was pre-diabetic, but maybe I need to take more blood work. I was like, why am I getting so sick when I drink stuff? All right. So these are my 22 fits. I do have a favorite. Can you guess what my favorite is?
Mm-hmm.
Hard to see because I have it much smaller, but I did have one outfit that made me so happy.
I love that Twister one.
Ah, that's actually a good one.
That gotta be top three.
My favorite
Ooh.
is the Captain Eel with the tutu.
Okay, the very first one.
Well, also, so here's a little backstory because this is where it gets a little sad. So I did four, every outfit means something. Nothing's random. Everything was well thought. It wasn't just like there's a story, there's a reason. So I had four that was dedicated to moonwalkers and family members. So the first one I did was for my mom. I'm wearing her actual Michael Jackson t-shirt. Now, granted, it's covered because I have the sweater on. I forgot to take it out, open it. And I have her bag. That's my mom's actual bag, the one with Michael Jackson.
Oh wow.
And for some reason, my mom had a thing for red and white stripes. So if you look at my older pictures on social media, I used to have this red and white striped shirt on. That was actually my mom's shirt. Then my uncle, this is where it got nuts. My uncle, and some of y'all knew this in some of the lies. He had cancer, and he passed away shortly. When the biopic started, so I never showed my outfit. I just had the cowboy hat up. And then the one with roses was dedicated to Melanie. And then unfortunately, the most shocking one was to AJ and just
Yeah.
she passed away very recently. And it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait till my biopic mission's over just so I could properly grieve. Cause so when my uncle passed away, I actually took 2 weeks off. I tried to go, I was crying in the theater, just it wasn't working. So I said, let me take a time out. So it helped a lot because even though movie theaters make me kind of escape things, I learned the hard way. You need to have some time off, even if it's a week or two, just to process it properly. So that's what made me think of Toya Jackson. I was just like, bro, there's just some people that he's going to, like, some people there's going to be cancer. And so I have a whole different perspective of cancer survivors. It is not easy to battle cancer, man.
Oh no. I think it kicked her off. What in the world?
So
What?
no, this thing kicked me out. I don't know why. Hold on, I gotta pull the slide back up. Um, if you guys don't know, AJ behind the scenes was trying to get stuff to chart because the biopic was doing so successful. And then out of nowhere, her daughter was saying, like, oh, AJ was in the hospital. And I remember I called Tori and I said, I'm just waiting for someone to tell me that AJ's social media got jacked and we all been punked. You know what I'm saying? But then I gave it
Yeah.
some time and I'm like, oh, the daughter's still putting stuff on Instagram, bro. I mean on Twitter.
And there were things that the daughter was saying that I'm like, certain things like to respect AJ's wishes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's exactly what her wishes would be if she was still here. So and then I was like, if I mean, there's other means of contact. Like if she needed to get to me or somebody else, be like, oh no, that's not real or anything. Like she would have, and like she had been a little quiet for a few days, and that's when her daughter was like, we've been trying to reach her. She's been hospitalized. And I was like, what? Honestly, it was Joey's video. He made a video and he was like, pray for a moonwalker. And something made me click it. I'm like, I wonder who this Moonwalker is. And then the comments were pulled up. He didn't even say who it was yet. I just saw the link where it said x.com and justice for some. I was like, no, 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 no. So I went and I saw the tweet and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, what in the world?
I
It's
think for me, where I'm not mentally in the space of accepting is I'm assuming AJ's close to my mom's age. My mom's actually young though. My mom wouldn't even be 70 yet. That's how young my mom is or was. My gut's saying she's in the same age group as my mom and my uncle, Melanie. So if I had to guess, mid 60s, 70s max. I don't understand how these people are dying so young. Like
Mhm.
it's AJ. When I say we're going to definitely try to do something for AJ, we're just trying to give her daughter a little bit of space before we reach out to her. But I was just like, I didn't even know AJ was sick. But one thing I want you guys to remember, AJ would absolutely want us to keep going. Now, of
Mhm.
course, we're going to share stories about AJ and what she meant to us. And
Yeah.
I just think I'm sad because she was the other part of Melanie. And I was like, we lost Melanie and AJ? Like,
Yeah.
it's such
And
a
then
blow to the community.
we hit the 1 billion and like neither of them are here. I'm like, it's not, oh man, it's not fair. I'm sorry.
It
But
isn't.
like, yeah, and I remember one of the thoughts was like, at least she got to see the Michael movie. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was supposed to be a part 2. It's, oh man, it was crazy. And then it seemed like me, I try and in situations like that, I'm like, I try and stay really hopeful. I'm like, yeah, she'll be back. She might have to recover, might take her some time. She might not be back normally, but she'll be back. And then someone had messaged me and broke the news to me when she had passed. And I was like, there's no way. And like for the first, I don't know, week or so, a few days, it didn't, like, I knew in my mind she was gone, but it felt like muscle memory. I wanted to message her and like expected an answer, but like it was weird. And like I just kept going back and forth in my head. I'm like, this is like, the realization kept hitting me over and over and over again. And like AJ and Melanie, like with Melanie looking back, she was doing certain things where it kind of felt like she was like, I'm passing my torch on. Like she's putting it like when she passed, it was completely unexpected, but it seemed you could see it. And she had did something, so the last interaction I had with her, she had did something so special for me. And then what was the beginning of 2024, she had passed. And then her and AJ were like, AJ, when getting back on Twitter, because I hadn't been on in a while, it was seeing AJ's tweets and stuff that kept me on there. And I'm just like imagining, like, what if I know? Because honestly, I didn't want to be on there like that. I honestly got back on there to help promote a friend's event, and I was like, I really don't want to be on here like that. And then I saw her tweets, and I also saw Melanie's tweets and stuff, and I'm like, yo, these are cool people. Like, I want to stay updated with everything, and like, it got to a point every time I would get on there, I would see their tweets first. They would pop up first. So I'm like, man, imagine if I didn't see their stuff and like I didn't stay on. Like, I wouldn't have met so many people. I wouldn't have known about the Thriller Challenge. I wouldn't have been, in it like that. And then on top of that, they were I think it was really because of Melanie that I started creating like the flyers. And then AJ would ask me to do it, and like all the time. And I think sometimes she felt bad, like she was asking me too much, but I'm like, I'll do it. Like I like doing it. Like it's fun. And she was so nice. Like she never wanted credit for anything. She just wanted things to be successful for Michael or for other people. But she deserves her credit. And like I remember Like when she passed, I was like going back for my head. I'm like, did I say everything that I wanted to say to her to get everything out? And I had read went back and looked at our messages and stuff. And um, one thing she would always do, like out the blue, would be like, "Oh, like you're so special and stuff." I remember one time she was like, "I mean it, Jackson stuff aside, it's not just because you do the projects or you do the Jackson stuff. You like it's just because you're special just because." So I was like, man, like she was so nice. And I think today I even went back and looked. And I remember when she was in the hospital, I was like, I want to do something for her because she does a lot. She doesn't take a lot of credit for it. She doesn't get a lot of credit for it. In fact, a lot of people they've been on Twitter is not it's not for the weak. A lot of people have tried to be mean to her, bully her and stuff like that. So I was like, we really should show like how appreciative we are of her and stuff. Cause I'm like, I couldn't remember if I ever said anything like that. And I think I remember telling her like, I'm so thankful for you or like everything you've done and stuff. And I told her, I was like, straight up, you're like the leader. I'm like, I know there's no official leader of the Michael Jackson, but it's you. It's you.
She
So
was. Remember when we did the Thriller challenge and she would come into the station head to keep up with all the stats?
mhm.
And I was just like, everything was just so well done and well curated. And I remember when I had the tribute to AJ. Notice you guys don't see my face because I really, this was a tough view, and this is the second death I had since the biopic happened. I'm like, I really don't want to parade around the theater, like make this make sense.
Mhm.
So, but I remember the part that needed to show was the hat and the t-shirts that she had sent us. So earlier at work that day, the hat did get misplaced. To this day, I don't know how the hat went, no, went where it went. But that was the main reason why I was late to the movies. I said, I'm not leaving here without my hat. I was about to get security to run cameras to find out where my hat went. Because,
Mhm.
Tori will let you know we can't replace the hats. That those were customized, given to some of us. And I'm like, we're not leaving without this hat.
Right.
And so, of course, I went to like a gazillion people. I'm like, listen, a very special person gave me that hat. They passed away, a few days ago. I need the hat. And then somebody goes, I did see you with a hat. So everybody just pulling everything apart. I mean, I'll never forget it. She asked our t-shirt size, just sent us a whole bunch of Thriller challenge stuff. And Taj even wrote in his uh, Twitter that we're going to continue finishing what she started. Like a lot of people don't know what she was behind. Not only it was a Thriller challenge, but just informing the ignorant public about Michael Jackson's allegations, showing
Right.
facts like they were teaching us as fans. Me and Tori say this all the time. We never want you to take our word for nothing. We want you to research yourself. We want you to be well informed on your own. It's just like, nah, we don't have any sheep up in here. We really want y'all to be like leaders of your own mind, your own education, especially with stuff with Michael Jackson, especially like in your own life. Like if I'm a vegan, it's good for me because I have sensitivities to meat, but it may not be good for Tori. So I'm not going to preach on that stuff. Tori's journey and what she eats is Tori's journey. Your,
Mhm.
your whole information about the Jackson and the Jackson family, I hope that's your own journey. I mean, we hope to inspire you guys too on things you might want to see and check out. But it's just like, nah, man, inform yourself. And so, you know, people like AJ had taught us to learn how to do stuff ourselves,
Right.
to research ourselves. Like she wouldn't tell us like, well, this is what I said. She would go, this is a source that you could read, that you could check out for yourself. It was never like, take my word. It was like, no, inform yourself. Read these transcripts. You'll know. So I'm still in shock. Like this happened. She passed away July 3rd. We found out July 5th on a Sunday, I believe. right? Either it was Sunday or
Yeah.
not a few days after when she passed away. And I was just like, yo, Tori, please tell me someone hijacked this girl's Twitter and it's just being mean, because a lot of people didn't like AJ because she did stand up in Michael the way she did. You know, like it was
Yeah.
her throat. So I said, well, maybe somehow, maybe someone took over her Twitter and then
Even
impersonate her daughter or something. But it's like, nah, this is almost 2 weeks later since they told us, and unfortunately, no one had said, "Hey, my Twitter has been hijacked." So I'm sorry. I'm sorry she passed away, man.
even like other fans would try it with her. And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, it's so many people tried it with her, but I'm telling you, you can tell a person character by the longevity. She's had that page since what 2010, I think. I remember I got on when did I got on Twitter in 2013, and on my old page I followed her even then when I was like 12. And back then I didn't know her like that. I was just like, oh, this is like a big Michael Jackson page that relays a lot of information and stuff. And I just followed her then, and then to come back what maybe 2022 and see that she was still there, I was like, oh my gosh. Like that longevity speaks for itself. And the lives she's touched, the amount of people that followed her and all that, and she still stayed humble, and she still focused on the next thing, the next goal and all that. And also like her daughter says she was trying to write a book. She was
Mm.
working on a book, and so yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like she's one of those people that's like, no, she should still be here. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, bruh. And that's right. I know it's very hard, but we have to thank the people that were in our lives and what they gave us. Thank you, AJ and Melanie. Well said. I'm learning that lesson more and more and more. Like, um, well, one advantage of losing key people young, you do learn to value people way better. When my uncle said he had cancer, we've known for years, but it got really bad the last 10 months, and he chose me and very few people to help him fight this. It's an honor to help somebody fight through cancer or a really bad disease. And the old me would have never done this, but now I'm like, no, if someone says I need you, you better show the hell up, whether you're tired or not, because they're bringing you into their lives, man. And so I've learned through death to appreciate the people that are still alive, treat them better. And I've also gotten better with very selective who I'm around moving forward. Like now I'm really family focused. Not saying friends are not important, they are, but family's more important. That those are the people that God chose to put in your life through DNA. Oh wow, Kelly, I lost my sister passed in her early 50s from cancer. Truly sorry, Kelly, man.
Mm.
Like I never realized how inhumane dying from cancer is if you can't fight that. It's like you're something I've never seen before. Um, but now I have an empathy for people who are fighting things like that. It's crazy, bro. And to baby boy, to your brother that passed away, I believe, yeah, two years ago at 28. I think that's why y'all put up with your shenanigans, because y'all in pain too, man. And I'm sorry. The only thing I can say is keep living. Like some days, man, you have no idea. I'm crying on my way to events, and then the minute I get there, I'm so glad I got there. Because then it's just like you're like, oh man, this movie made my day, or me going to Bryant Park made my day. Or I meet other people that are grieving too. Like sometimes a stranger will tell you a lot of stuff, and then you realize you're not alone. So it's just like, don't be a victim of your pain, man. Give your pain power. Give it purpose. We're all gonna have to go through this. We're gonna have to say goodbye to our siblings, our parents, our spouses, our moonwalking friends. We honor them by letting the people know what made them special. That's what when you see your parents, even though they might get on your nerves, man, take a picture with them anyway, especially for holiday events. They got the little Sunday vest on. One day they're not going to be here, man. What I would do to fight with either of my parents is mind blowing. Like my dad, I fought the most. He used to get on my nerves, bro. And then it's just like I turned out he was the best thing that happened to me, man. Made me stronger than most. Like shout out to my dad, bro. I never give him credit for like making me a strong woman. So it is awful, man. We losing people all the time. I lost so many friends. One of my friends just died of cancer. That cancer is no joke. I hate cancer. You have no idea. I really hate it. That's when I say that's a cruel death. Shoot. But thank y'all for letting us talk about AJ. We definitely will probably have an open mic about her. We have a lot of things to figure out because me and Tori still trying to balance our own personal lives. But we're
Mhm.
not gonna there's so many things on Instagram we want to share. Not Instagram, X or Twitter. Like look what her daughter wrote. AJ and Michael are dancing in heaven to the 1 billion milestone today. I could see her smile and two step in my head. I miss her so much.
Man, she would have been so happy.
She would, man. If you look at our threads, man, she was trying to get stuff to chart. They were trying to figure out what song to chart because of the biopic. That was like the last time we saw a lot of her stuff in the chat. Because the chat, we have a private chat for the Thriller Challenge. It's a lot. So, but when you start going through it, like AJ was no joke. Um, so I did meet AJ once. But out of respect for her wishes, I will not disclose who she is. She's very private. King of pop, moonwalkers forever. Yes. Don't take pain. Give the pain to others. Make them suffer. I can't with you today. I can't. I can't. Rest in peace, AJ. There was definitely some confusion. I don't know if you saw my post. Some people would say, no, it's MJ. And I'm like, no, it's AJ. But like Tori said, a lot of people don't know who she is. So her name
Well, I
is,
think um people know it just as Injustice for some.
yeah.
So
So
when
if
you
you
say
guys,
AJ, they're like, who?
yeah, like
But
if you guys get a chance, just go through her timeline. See all the things
mhm.
that she's done for the Jackson family, specifically Michael. She had a great relationship with some of the family members, and that's how we got some of these awesome situations like certain Jacksons coming on station heads. So that's all AJ behind that. So that's so beautiful. So um
She feisty. I remember one. I think her last post, like before her daughter had to get on her account and update us, she would. I forgot what she said. It was somebody saying something crazy, and she had to like check them. Let me see if I can find it.
Yo, AJ ain't no punk. You got Melanie and AJ pissed off. Good luck,
Woo!
y'all. Good luck.
Especially Melanie. Oh,
And
oh
Melanie will
God.
take your throat off, bro.
Oh man. The last event she did. Oh man. She was promoting the road to $1 billion.
It, it,
Okay.
it's okay. It's okay not to know, but we just like to share. Like we just like to let people know the magic behind the community. Like Michael Jackson's fan base didn't get powerful by accident. We built a community, and we're still always building it. And like Tori said, there isn't a leader. we just we just know who to listen to and when, we all kind of figure it out unintentionally. We be like,
She was a reputable source. I'll
yes,
put it that way.
yes.
But
Mm.
her last tweet, somebody was saying, they I guess it was trying to go back and forth about vitiligo and stuff. And this is a good point where we were talking about Michael's vitiligo and how he wanted to go in shades instead of, because I guess if he was going to lose most of his pigment, it's like, well, just might as well do it now. Um, she said only people who have vitiligo over 50% of their bodies receive the treatment cream he received. Do your research before you make uninformed comments. So I guess they were trying to say that he intentionally, like, the bleach your skin thing or whatever, which the cream he got is medication cream for people dealing with vitiligo. And then this weirdo named Gary said they can make cream with a darker tint. What the F? Wait, what the F you think skin bronzer is, you fool? Ooh, no, you did it. And she said, you literally have no clue what you're talking about, and everyone here who has studied vitiligo knows it. Like, to the very end, she
She
was
was
defending
spicy.
Michael to the
She
very
ain't
end.
played the one.
So,
AJ's like, if that she was so kind, but don't let anybody throw disrespect at her. Absolutely.
man, I remember one time she had to read this fake fan. I'm sorry, that was a fake fan. To Phil, she had to post a paragraph because they were like trying to say something or make a claim. Like, they didn't even know AJ. That's the thing. They didn't even know her like that. They didn't know her character or anything like that. They were just speaking crazy rumors. And they were trying to be shady and they didn't tag her, but she came across the tweet anyway. She said, "Show me the proof. Show me where. Show me where." I was like, "Oh my gosh." And the girl was like, "Well, no, 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 I don't worry." Like, pretty much acting like, "Why are you coming at me?" and stuff. Well, I mean, if you make a claim about somebody's character that's very false, you're trying to make them look bad. Good luck, Charlie. But she didn't play the people who supported her. Her friends didn't play about her. Like, I don't even know. People like her and Melanie is like, what? In a way, I don't. I think in real life it would be easier to try and keep Melanie's in-person events legacy alive, because hosting events, I mean, you kind of do it in your everyday life where you throw a birthday party for someone, like your relative, or you do stuff. It's the funding that you got to worry about with that. It's trying to get people to actually show up. Oh yeah, I'll be there, and then they don't. That's the irritating part. With AJ, it is to continue on her legacy. It's going to take someone with the fight and the qualities that she had. There are a lot of people in this community that are here out for themselves. They want it to be me, 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 me,
And I
or
think
they
that's
want.
the issue. Like, that's why I'm not always in the cut like that, because
Mm-hmm,
it's like everybody, not everybody, some people want to be known. And I'm like, listen, if you are about that life, you're already known. Does that make any sense? Like, either you are
mm-hmm,
or you're not. But it's just like, that's why, like Melanie, AJ, there's a lot of people I could never tell you who's really behind this stuff, but they got good jobs. They fund the communities. I know one moonwalker had a lot to do with helping bury another one because we were short on money on something. So it's just like this powerful moonwalkers. And I think a real leader or a real like key person is someone who doesn't want to be known. Like, I mean, I learned that from my mom, even from like the Bible. Like, you are to do things in silence. You can't help people without letting people know that you're doing stuff. And so, like, having so many powerful women moonwalkers living in New York and showing us how this is done. The good thing is everybody knows I'm great at keeping a secret. So that's why I was just like, I'm not gonna ever say anything. It's just But there's some awesome people in the community, AJ being one of those people that not only that she gave to the community out of her own pocket, but she fought for Michael in a way that you have to have really big balls, bro. Like, because people would come for her, bro. Like, come for her in such a way that it was like, oh hell no, like wishing her death. Like they didn't like how she fought for him. So, but she was right. Can you be a leader? So if you ever really want to be a leader of a fandom, specifically this one, I would start small, small gatherings. You have to be super patient and kind, but you also have to know when not to be a punk. Start small. Melanie started small and then she grew a beautiful community in New York. And now, with other people like MJ Fangirl and Amada, it was three big leaders in New York. Right now we're completely leaderless. So I remember one time somebody said, "Oh, you're filling in her shoes." I said, "I am a substitute teacher. I will help out, but it can't be me. I know I'm supposed to put most of my energy more into like church and God and stuff. But I appreciate being part of the community, and I'm blessed because you guys do donate with the super chats and the likes and the shares that I do get some money from this, and that's how I'm able to give stuff away. Because sometimes I'll buy two or three or something, and then I'll be like, you know what? Let me just give one away. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids. Like, even though my nephews and stuff will get all my stuff when I go to heaven, the point is I can share this stuff today. And so, if you really want to be a leader in the community, start small. One suggestion I would make to avoid losing money. Let's say one time we had a water gun fight in New York. It was free. So Melanie and I got together and said, why don't we have a water gun fight meetup in New York? It's for free. All you had to do is bring a water gun. And so we know the whole connection with Michael Jackson and the water guns. We had a blast. If you have something free going on in your city that does relate to Michael, then hijack the situation and just say, "Hey guys, let's just meet up here, just with your fedoras and stuff, and have fun." So this way, you're not losing money. Try to avoid having meetups at restaurants and stuff like that because that does cost money. And then if you're successful, then maybe start doing Patreons and stuff to keep the funding going. I know the other leaders had richer moonwalkers funding this stuff privately, but eventually that becomes a problem because they can't afford it or they just move on. So I don't know. Um, but yeah, start small and see where it takes you. But like Tori says, if you're here for like recognition and stuff, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
You gotta want to do it for the right reasons. Why? I'll let you go, Tori. Why do you um have Invincible Jacksons? Like, what is your purpose for doing this?
Um, to keep the people knowledgeable about the Jackson family, like the whole family.
Sa- Same here.
Yeah.
Build community. Just be with people that get me. I think in all the fandoms I belong to, I feel the most comfortable with Michael Jackson fans. We have
Mhm.
a lot in common. Some people be like, "Oh," and some of the MJ fans are touched. None of them are touched. Most of the Michael Jackson fans are more in tune with their feelings. People are so used to being around fake people that when they're around real people that share their feelings and their emotions, it's just like, oh, this is too much. Y'all are just around. If you're around a lot of people that are fake, you don't know how to deal with people that are real. And I feel like a lot of the Michael Jackson fans are very in tune with their feelings, which is really nice to see, because that means you have a better chance of healing better. A lot of people hold a lot of stuff in, and then when wonder what's wrong with them, you're not dealing with stuff. And so, it's just a community that I've always loved being part of. Hey, Jenny been around even when Michael Jackson was alive. It's a beautiful community, man. I really,
Hey, Jenny.
that would be cool. Do you think we'll see Elizabeth Taylor in part two?
That would be nice.
I'm look at him. I want to see Trisha Lee moonwalkers like a psychopath cult leader. No way. I want y'all to be free thinkers. I want you to heal the best way that you need to heal. Try to avoid drugs and alcohol. Just saying. Uh, and figure things out. And sometimes you'll meet me and Tori on the road someplace. Like cross paths, we just chill, man. It's a beautiful journey. Figuring out life is tough, but once you figure it out, it's so beautiful. Like I always tell people, like I used to hate my life. All these bad things would happen to me. I would lose people left and right. And then one day I was like, I'm not going to be a victim of this. I'm going. I'm going to use this for personal growth and healing and alignment, man. Bad things happen to everybody, right? You just got to figure out how to navigate through it. I love the clip when Liz Taylor gave MJ Christmas gifts. That's so cool. One time we went to a party, I think it was Thriller night, and this lady named Susie was dressed like Elizabeth Taylor, just as beautiful, by the way. Oh, and so everybody was like, "No way!" Like they were so excited about her outfit. My first and only Liz Taylor at a Michael Jackson event. So that's what's up.
That's a niche.
Well, it's hard to pull Elizabeth Taylor. That's one of the most, probably one of the most prettiest women on the planet, like top 10, like just so strikingly beautiful. It's rare. I think it was the light eyes with the dark hair that did it for me. I actually have a, yeah, right over me, Elizabeth Taylor. I wish I could, maybe I could switch cameras to show you. She's right over my head. Let me see if I can get my other camera activated. So that's one striking woman. Uh, is this it? Yeah, I don't know if you guys see it. Where's Liz at? She's right there. It doesn't. It's right, right there. That's Elizabeth Taylor. And then
Wait, where?
right. I would get up, but I got no pants on again.
Oh God, George, George be getting you.
Oh man, you can't because it's a bad glitch. She's right over my head. It's Liz Taylor, E.T. and Michael Jackson and more E.T. I gotta update my room though. And then I got Latoya and Jermaine, Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
It's a lot of Michael Jackson reference artists around me. Some people were getting demoted and removed. Since y'all want to be funny, uh, yes, so she's right over my head. I gave Michael a huge picture of her head frame back in the days, like 3 feet by 3 feet. The next day, he told me again how much he loved it. Jen, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. Oh my gosh. Like your stories are amazing. She was strikingly beautiful, which says a lot. How many beautiful people are in Hollywood or even in our real life? Liz was just beautiful. Mm-mm. You need to write a book. I heard your story that you said how you got to go to the memorial and you found out how the tickets really came to you. Like that's so freaking beautiful. Shout out to the people that make things happen for other moonwalkers. I don't want to give it away. I want you to go to Jen's page and find out how she got to the Michael Jackson Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tori. It's fair to say 3 hours and 12 minutes on a work night is a good time to read this.
At this point, everything is at least 3 hours.
Well, I'm glad you did it early. I was going to get up early in the morning to go see about these Trader Joe bags, but I'm like, I'm too tired because that means you got to get up 6 in the morning and the bags may or may not be there. If nothing else, I'll go to Trader Joe's, see if the bag exists, and then just come back for the second drop because I'm like, I need to get some sleep. When they closed the grocery store down for him and his family and his friends, um, were the employees, and he picked up the magazine of her in the cover and said, that's what I'm talking about, right? Well, that would be so cool to see her for part two.
Yeah, she was. I'd say she was one of the few real people that was in his life.
Well, they had things in common. I noticed Michael Jackson really related to people that can relate to him. So, oh, that's so cool. I love Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's. Well, there's a clip. I don't know if you guys can find it. It's Jafar with his family, his mom and siblings and stuff. It had a whole bunch of Trader Joe bags. Let's see if I can find that picture. It's a video clip. I was like, does anybody see the Trader Joe's connection with Jafar Jackson and his family? Jafar Jackson, Trader Joe's. The stupid things I retain in my head is unbelievable. No images. Of course, it doesn't come up. If I remember, I'll try to pull it up. But yeah, there is definitely a Trader Joe Jafar Jackson connection. I think that's it. This wasn't even a long presentation, but somehow we stretched things out.
We just be yapping, 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 yapping.
I never heard of Trader Joe's till I went to college. So in college, their bags were even popular back then. I think I was exposed to Trader Joe's in like 2007, and we got the tote bags even back then. And only college students really would rock the tote bags, but not every like Trader Joe tote bags are treated like Louis Vuitton bags, which works for me because I do have $3 as opposed to $3,000, so it works better for me to spend just $3. When Liz opened her gift and got a super soaker one, that was funny. Most importantly, we fans actually use our brains, unlike mindless puppets like the haters. Yes, I get so aggravated. Listen, that's one thing I tell people, like, you don't have to believe me, just research. I encourage you not to believe me, just research. That's for anything that I do. It's like, listen, just research. That's how life should be. Start questioning everything about life. Clearly, we're in the dark about a lot of stuff, people. A lot. I don't know when Trader Joe's came to New York. I know it was around from my college years. When did Trader That's a good question. Joe's open in New York. Ah, so Trader Joe's came to New York in 2006. That makes sense. So it came out the era I was in school because I was like, I don't remember this in my childhood at all. Our first one came out in Union Square. So the one that I shop at is at 72nd Street. So Trader Joe's, when I got exposed to Trader Joe's, it was my last year of college. But I think I had a tote bag from Janet Jackson first. I think my first tote bag was from Janet Jackson from a 2008 tour. And then my second bag was a Trader Joe's. But in college, tote bags are super, super popular. So usually our college ones would be popular. But like I said, I'm a Jackson fan. I had a Janet Jackson tote bag. And then the year that I graduated college, I had a Trader Joe's tote bag. They're not like now they're epically huge. You could sell a Trader Joe's tote bag. You could buy one for $3-4 and sell it on eBay for like 40-50. And if you send it to overseas, you can make like $1,000 on these things, which is ridiculous. I'm not going to sell someone a Trader Joe's bag for 1,000, but you can sell them. People will buy them. So cool. Let me see. Is there a real clip saying someone saying that? Where's the guy who said he would eat his shoes if the movie made $1 billion? Someone really thought this would make a billion? Yeah, all right. Y'all should have known from the first 3 weeks of everyone screaming and dancing, all under the age of 25, that this was going to pop off into big money. Like, just observation, just saying. Just for your safety, I'm not going to put that message up because there has been reports of people getting in trouble for saying certain things. But yes. um Read my previous comment. Let me see. Either I missed it or I, because of course, like, so now when you're on StreamYard, if I touch a comment, it says I've touched it. Oh, I don't know. Write it again before I go. I don't I don't think I'll ever write a book, but I'll explore I'm explore you to go to da 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 da. Really? Let me write that down. You got some good stories though, girl. And I was like, what? What? I think you had to be a fan Michael trusted the most. He loved her. Honestly, if I think I got exposed to Michael, I think I would have had a shot. I think I would have had a shot. I don't open up to a lot of people, but when I open up, like really open up, I think he would have been like, and it's funny, like I said, I never had a traumatizing, well, I'll rephrase it. My childhood for the most part was good, but I just, there's certain aspects about us I think that would have linked up, like my childlike spirit, or I do feel isolated a lot. No one gets me, and I don't care at this point. Like whatever. Like at least I have some people to get me, but I've learned to be okay with just not being understood. I don't care. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. I don't know what happened to Tori, but thank you guys for watching.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. And either we'll have a watch party on her channel or my channel for Jafar's birthday, which is next week. Bow, 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 bow. I mean, y'all could go to the biopic if you want or not. We made our billion, but if you guys know me, I'm still gonna go. I'm still going. um, I was watching a reaction video, and a girl who looks to be in her early 30s said, "I like MJ,
What?
but I hate that he turned white and he hates his own race, and he's
I
so
like that you. I
afraid."
like that you put her age
Yeah,
because at her big age, she that. I mean, not.
and then
If you can record a video and put a YouTube video up, you should be smart enough to do your research.
but I don't think people, like, think about it. Like, if you were born 20 years ago and just didn't go down the rabbit hole of Michael Jackson, you're just going by the media coverage and the narrative that, oh, he's weird, he's this, he's that, he doesn't want to be black, all that stuff. So it's just like, oh, that's doing good night, Brit. That's a good way to say good night. Shout out to all the Spider-Man fans. We about to have our time as Spider-Man. And oh, most important, congrats to the Michael Jackson biopic, man. Well deserved. We look forward to part 2. And we might have, I know Jen sent me something we could do watch party wise. Actually, Tori, I'll send you that just in case you want to do something Jafar related, but but still a watch party. And
Okay.
then maybe we could do something with Jen. Just but I just want to make sure as long as Jafar is in the mix. That's all I'm asking. And of course, we'll do something for AJ. Realistically, probably after Jafar birthday, correct?
Mm,
Or you want to do it before? I'm fine with either or.
I don't know. I was kind of waiting to see if her daughter would update us, but I think they're having a rough time right now, so we'll see.
I definitely got the link for sure. So I was like, oh, that could be a possible fun watch party. Because maybe you guys need a timeout from the biopic. I get that. So and then like maybe for Michael's birthday or something. Because I haven't decided if I'm going to travel or not. Well, that's God for to decide. I still ain't got no money. So yes. So yes, Carol, I plan on eating some of the favorite foods and watching his show. That's cool. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for the generous super chats. That money will be going towards Con Edison. It's expensive to live in New York. And just thank you, man. Thank you. I'm so grateful for y'all. The people that get me, people that are healing together, people that MJ fans together, stories together. Tell me I'm a terrible person. That's awesome. Thank you. And it just y'all are just awesome. Uh, no, thank you, man. Like so good night. Love you all. And I'll see you real soon.
Good night.
Thank you for watching this live or replay. Make sure you sub to this and Tori's channel from Invincible Jacksons. Like this video and share, and we will see you real soon.